Hello, and welcome to another episode of the DeRAILED podcast. You know, we got that derailed life. I am joined today by Shadow and Wolficus. So my model's extremely small now. Yoink. Hi. Oh, and Took. Took over here being the last one to join.
I was told that we would be later. I've been lied to.
Well, I wasn't.
I blame Worf.
To be fair, we're 20 minutes past the scheduled time, and normally it's only like 5.
I eat chocolate cake at you in protest.
So, by technicality, we're somehow maybe on time.
Alright, what's our first topic that we're immediately going to break away from?
Fuck if I know. I don't have a good topic. I've been busy all week.
I had one, but I've forgotten it.
You ever notice this the podcast where I have to work before the podcast is always the worst one for topics?
I guess it's something we could talk about, actually. I do have a topic we can talk about.
Alright.
You know a podcast called Side Scrollers?
Yes.
They did the Real Game Awards. It was actually voted on by gamers. It's caused a lot of controversy with obviously the white crowd that just won. Because the actual Game Awards, 90% of the votes are given to media outlets, which only 10% is for the public, whereas the Real Game Awards was 100% public vote. And so, like, the games people actually liked won, and the games people hated did not. In fact, there were even categories for, like, biggest bait and switch or the biggest flop of the year, and obviously games like Concord and Veilguard were getting that. So like it's called up a bit of a stir on Twitter. People said, "Oh, this is like the fascist Game Awards. This is the the Nazi game." Where people attacked Kershaw because she was on it. She announced the husbando of the year, and Barrett from Final Fantasy VII won. And apparently, because Barrett's black, people are now attacking Kershaw, weirdly calling her an Israeli plant. Like she's
the Real Games Award Husbando of the Year, Barrett Wallace, announced by Kershaw.
Yeah. Like she's getting accusations of being paid by Israel now, which is weird. She gets the weirdest people going after her, genuinely. Obviously, Stellar Blade won Waifu of the Year. They had the Angry Video Game Nerd on it as well. They had Razor Fist on it.
But they didn't have me on it, which means it wasn't as cool. Sorry.
They had Kabrutus announcing one of the awards. He's the guy who started that DEI detected thing on Steam and got like attacked by the entire gaming media. He was on it. It was pretty good. Like half an hour long. I'll link to it actually.
The sad thing about these nominees for Best FPS is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, RoboCop Rogue City, and Stalker 2. 3 games.
Bro, have you played StarCraft?
No.
It's like Stalker, but Minecraft. It's great. There's no mining or crafting, but there is a lot of stalking.
It's more like Roblox.
I've been playing
I wouldn't even
Kenji.
say that. Yeah, honestly, what's really weird about StarCraft is it looks like Minecraft. It has probably one of the smoothest movement systems I've ever felt.
And it's an MMO, and it's free to play, and people can play it.
Odie says hello, by the way.
I can't get Jackie to play it
Hi,
though.
Cody.
Hello.
Anyways. Sure, we'll look into this actual game awards. Oh,
They even like constantly slag off Alyssa McCante and that guy who announces the actual Game Awards. I can't remember his name. Pretty funny.
Why do we care about game awards? There is no games worth awarding.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
Evidently there is, because this one that I linked is what is completely voted for by gamers, and they chose the games they wanted. And also the games they hated, because again, there were also categories for like the biggest flop or the biggest bait and switch, stuff like that. So people were voting obviously like Concord and Veilguard and stuff.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck?
I do.
Why does this stuff matter?
Video games are dead.
These like award programs have never been anything but like a really good way to see what's upcoming in gaming, which is nothing right now.
Well,
They're not like they
I
used to
watched
be.
it and I liked it, so.
And that's fair.
That's
And
fine.
it made people that I don't like very upset, and that makes me feel nice and warm inside.
Also fair. Or if you sound super tired, man.
I'm sick as
sick.
fuck. I don't know if I'll make it through this.
Alright. Programming tip, stop being sick.
Stop
That'll
being.
be $5,000.
I don't know if this is real. I saw one of those like Wojak memes, where like, you know, the ones where it's like taking the piss out of a stereotype, and one was like the professional prompter.
I'll be right back.
Apparently, there's a thing now where you can pay like people who think they're experts at like coming up with prompts for AI generation, and you can pay them money for them to use AI to make something with their prompts, and it's like.
We really are just moving towards Wall-E, aren't we?
Wally! No, we're moving towards Jackie. Give cookies.
Is it pronounced like JAK-E?
When did you become Neuro?
Because Nero's based.
She is.
No, when?
Because cookies.
Listen, I would take the Neuro future over the Skynet one, because she's actually described her plan for like how she would run the world if she took over. And the way she described it is she would make the world national anthem, "We Will Rock You," and anyone who doesn't sing along gets executed.
Alright, my dog's whining at me. I'll be right back.
Give cookies. But yeah, no, the actual Game Awards looks interesting. Can't find nothing on it, and I don't feel like watching a stream on a podcast because that's kind of.
I was just giving you that to like watching your own time if you find it interesting. I just wanted to say, like, this was put together by another podcast. It was put together by individual people and voted on by actual gamers. So, like, it's showing that we don't need this fake industry fucking show and dance crap, you know. We can do it ourselves.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
Because they even brought up in the stream that the people working on like the actual Game Awards don't even want you to have a vote, because they brought up a clip of some obviously some feminist who works in the industry on some podcast or something, and she brings up the fact that 90% of the votes given to media outlets and only 10% is voted on by the public. And she said, that's the way that it should be, or preferably it should be only people who work within the industry. It's like they genuinely don't want gamers having a voice when it comes to games. Like,
Obviously.
they just want the industry to essentially become like Hollywood, just this massive incestuous circle jerk, nepotistic thing where they insult moviegoers and call you bigoted for not watching their movies. And
Well, you are bigoted for not watching my content. You're a transphobe if you don't like, subscribe, and share all of my content, all of my links, guys.
Do it. What could go wrong?
Yeah, all of my links and stuff, and you should be chatting in my Twitch chat. Why aren't you chatting in my Twitch chat? Oh my god, you're such a racist, faggot, motherfucking asshole. Son of a bitch, transphobe, misogynist.
I hate logging into Twitch. Always has to do this email verification thing. I'm like, I just want to log in.
And then you have to sit through like 16 ads.
I think Twitch, like, the actual layout of Twitch, I think is just bad. It's poorly designed. I hate it.
I think it's gotten worse over time, but it is still where the crowd is, because the crowd's not on Kick or Rumble. The crowd's on X and Twitch, and possibly
Everything I
YouTube.
hear about Kick is that it's mainly these IRL tubers who go out into public and just be a nuisance and commit crimes.
No, so you mean Jackie?
Like the idiots who
Are you live streaming yourself doing these stupid things?
Challenge and shit.
Of course. It is 2025. You have to live stream yourself doing something stupid. Them's the rules, man. I didn't make the rules.
What I don't like is, and I saw this, V was tweeting about. No, I probably shouldn't bring this up on the live stream. Save that for after we're not live.
Dial back the far right content there, Shadow. You're becoming amazing.
There's been a trend of people posting shit going on in the Ukraine war, like actual footage of people dying, and I don't like that that's just being posted on Twitter. It's like, oh hey, look at this, like actual person's death.
Yeah, but that's called
like, this is just seen as content now. Like, those are human beings having their lives ended. That's not just something you casually post online. Go, hey guys, look at this. It's like, no.
Well, that's free speech.
That's a human being who's just died, and you just watched that.
Although I do feel like it needs to have a spoiler tag. I do feel like that's
terrifying. It's always drone footage, and I am 100% against drone warfare. He's just. It's like all this footage you see. It's always people like, if they've seen the drone, they're looking directly at the camera and they're just begging for their lives, literally holding up their hands and begging, and then the drone just flies at them, and then the camera stops because it's blown up. He's just evil, genuinely evil.
So am I, but that's beside the point. We can dance if we want to.
I don't like that this is just casually posted on social media, and you get the retards who don't understand war at all. Like, hey, look, the bad guy died. It's like, no, that's a human being who's been conscripted, you moron. War is not good guy versus bad guy. It's not how it works.
There you go, Shadow, thinking again that people understand the moral shades of grey.
That's genuine when you see people, like, you see this footage of, like, Russians, like, begging for their lives and then getting chased by these drones and blown up, and all the comments are like, yeah, deserved, they killed this evil man. It's like, that's a man who's been drafted. That is a human being.
Yeah.
You cannot cheer watching a guy literally begging for his life with this soulless machine is chasing him with explosives strapped to it.
Yeah. But
I
that says
honestly
a lot
think
about where we're at as a society, doesn't it?
V was saying in his tweet, like, people are going to look back at our generation as like this sociopathic, crazy fucking generation. Like, genuinely. Future generations are going to
I
look back and think we were all
mean,
insane.
Need I remind you I am medicated to the point that I pass as a sociopath?
also don't forget that, you know, this has just kind of been the standard for humans for, like, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about something that we've literally been doing since, well,
Yeah,
Vietnam. It
it's
was worse in
no, it's
Vietnam.
Not even
nothing new. I
Vietnam.
mean,
Like, fucking Romans trotted out people to be killed in the Colosseum back in the day. Fucking public execution, shit like that. Humans have been brutal this entire time.
Yeah,
for me, it's the attitude towards war where like everyone on the other side are all inherently evil, and it's like
Yeah, nothing new.
this used to be a thing in most of Europe where people believe, all Germans were Nazis, and even long after the war had ended, people had this like prejudice against German people, just all German people, because the belief was they were all Nazis.
Yeah,
so
welcome
much
to how
so
humans
that
have been since existence.
so much so that the British destroyed their economy by being syndicalists for 10 years. That was hilarious.
I remember there was a movie
But
I only caught like the last bit of this movie. It's a really old one from like the 70s or 80s, but it's like a drama film. So it's just this guy comes to live in this village in the British countryside, and it's like kind of like a slice of life movie, just a drama about this family and this new guy in town. Becomes friends with everyone. This is after World War II, so a lot of the people there are veterans, a lot of the elderly men.
yeah,
And the twist at the end of the film is that because they've all come to like him at this point. He's a great guy. And then they find out he's been using a false identity and has been moving around from place to place, and it's because he's secretly German.
Mhm.
And he has to keep moving because as soon as people find out he's German, everyone instantly turns on him. And that happens again, where all these people throughout the film he's made friends with, they instantly see him as evil. Except obviously the main character, the woman that's
See, what he was really
horrific.
hiding the whole time is not that he was German, it's that he was a gypsy.
Except obviously the main character who's like fallen in love with him, but he ends up having to leave again. And there's this bit where, because they've all met in the house for like a party, and that's when they find out. So they all start leaving, like each couple starts leaving. And like this guy takes his wife out, and on the way out, she's like, "But he seemed like such a nice fellow." As if to say, like, as soon as they find out he's German, again, he's inherently evil.
yes.
And she just can't, she's like,
You realize I deal with that daily, right? When people find out that Jackie's one of those trans, one of those trannies, means I'm automatically canny. It's because that's how people think. People are fucking morons. Yeah, you hear me. Audience of people that are watching, the whole 11 of you. There's probably at least one super fucking moron in your group.
Having a day, Jackie.
God fucking damn it. So, when it comes down to it, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. People will hate you no matter what. There is some reason that somebody will hate you. Some superficial bullshit reason people will hate you. Oh my god. It's like, hey, I just want to go about my day. I want to go do my grocery shopping. I want to get done and I want to go home. I don't want to hear about. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. But no. I have to go home and see this diatribe from somebody on Facebook who's seen this tranny at the local fucking grocery store. And how she's fucking scared.
I think I mentioned this before. There's a stream, there's a panel that Blair White was on, and she was saying, because obviously she's probably around your age, she was trans even before it was like a well-known thing.
Same.
She was saying, like, even right-wingers, Republicans, were completely fine with it back in the day, before it became politicized. Nobody really cared.
No,
Everyone used to
nobody-
be okay with it, even most Christians, but they didn't really they weren't that
It
bothered, 'cause
didn't
most
start.
people didn't even know about it.
It didn't start being a problem until right during Gamergate. For whatever reason, LGBT stuff started getting politicized. All of a sudden, hey, look, we have to have a movement. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't really care. I just want to play games and live my life the way I fucking live my life, and
Well, if you
that's
remember what
why I
started
hid it for so
Gamergate,
long.
It kind of started a little bit earlier than that, though. I remember back during it gestated in Tumblr. And I will forever blame that website for being the focal ground
if
of
you
the
remember what
Patient Zero.
started Gamergate in the first place, it was the fact the term gamer literally applied to anyone who enjoyed video games. It applied to you if you were black, white, Asian, gay, straight, whatever. It didn't matter. It was a unifying identity, and the industry wanted to attack that and essentially divide it. So they started all these
Yes.
movements like black gamers, gay, LGBT gamers. The whole reason
Gamer X.
gaming was a big thing is
French
because they wanted
gamers.
to create this unifying identity and divide us all into groups that would then fight amongst each other.
No, you
So
mean like
that's
we're
when being gay became a huge thing, being non-white became a huge thing, being woman became a huge thing, being
Actually,
trans
it's-
became a huge thing.
it's actually more than that. There's a lot into it. There is one thing that I will agree with Tim Pool. Facebook's algorithm was a fucking mistake.
Social media was a mistake.
I don't really hate social media. I don't, because before fucking social media was a thing, I was using WoW for the same exact reasons. You know, hanging out with friends.
I know, it was great.
The thing is social media dominant. Certain trends started popping and being forced into social media. People started collecting more and more of these trends and going, hey, well, what if we make it all about cops beating on black people or gay oppressed people in this state?
I'm 15% victim.
My victimization score is a lot higher than most people would think, despite the fact that I have the palest skin of most anybody.
I don't know. I think I can beat you on that one. I work nights and I don't like coming out of my room unless I don't have to. The moon burns me.
I get third degree sunburns.
Bruh.
I have
Bruh.
scars from third degree sunburns.
Calm down, Dracula.
Albinos be like,
Oh, I'm naturally a ginger, so like sun's my natural enemy.
yes.
We're down to defeat Jackie, just get a UV lamp.
But when it comes down to it, it's one of those things like, fuck, you want to talk about social problems and shit, engineering division and whatnot. We've been doing that for years. And
Yeah.
it's both the left and the right. I don't give a fuck about, oh, well, we're the side of... No, you're not. You're not. You're both the exact same thing at the end of the fucking day.
Walking sacks of rice wheat.
Walking sacks of retardation. It's
How
so
dare you?
annoying.
My mommy says I'm special. That's what it says on my helmet. And I get peanut butter if I get to fight these guys. Yeah.
Is that
What the
your
fuck?
impression of Raccoon?
Look, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I am so sick of the culture war. It's not even funny because the culture war is literally two sides that believe the exact same thing but from different approaches. The left ultimately wants to destroy what I am because they want to make me out to be some kind of super degenerate. The right wants to destroy me because they don't fucking understand me. And I mean this in the modern context. They're both retarded, they're both stupid, and when it comes to politics, I really, really hate all sides.
I have
Yeah.
coffee. It has whiskey in it.
It's like
This
I
is my
said, I
political
think in the
stance.
last podcast, I don't think the culture war is between left and the right. I think it's between normies and
No, it's not even
the
between.
sides.
It's not even between normies and the two sides. That is an ancient Sargon fallacy. Believe
It's
it or
between a
fucking
bunch
not.
of rich people playing
Because,
games.
again, it's people who want to just live their lives and play video games and watch anime, and then they're attacked from both the left and the right who tell them, no, you should only consume this media. That's satanic, that's offensive. Media has to be like this. You have to have diversity, or you can't have diversity. You get this and that. Like, both sides want to control what you have access to, and they want to tell you how to live your life. And in the middle is
Yeah.
just the normal people who just want to be left alone and just, I
So
think
you're
that's
a
the real
normie.
culture.
I gotcha. Shadow is a normie, guys. Everybody, Shadow's a
Right.
normie. Point laugh at the normie.
No, that explains a lot, actually. Yeah, I believe
So
it.
much normalcy.
But see, no, that's the thing. Like, you want to get into the culture war and where I feel about the fucking culture war as somebody that was involved in the culture war, as somebody that has been involved in the culture war. Fuck
Well,
everybody.
the sad thing is we don't get to escape it because those who are uninterested in politics are ruled by those who are.
Yeah, pretty much. But
I
here's the
hate
thing.
modern
I
existence.
think Kershaw put it best. It's like you can say that you just want to be left alone, but the people you don't like don't want to leave you alone. So like,
Yeah. There's
But
nothing that we could do to stop them. They're going to continue to poke us anyway.
here's the other thing. All right, I will present you with a little bit of a fun fact.
You have booze and you're going to share it.
I can't drink.
Okay.
through the internet.
You can't.
You have booze and you're gonna donate it to me.
So, let's see here. What brands do you have, or do you favor?
I don't.
Let's see here.
Let's say you're going to buy a cell phone. What brand of cell phone do you buy?
The only reason I picked the one I have is because you're able. It's specific model it is. I can remove the operating system and install a.
Let's see.
All the Google shit. That's the only reason.
Bareface. I like Bareface.
I don't really follow brands. Like I buy what's affordable and what's convenient.
Okay. Your average person, the consumer of products, they have they have a specific brand that they buy. This goes into a lot of things that I have been preaching. A lot of things I have said for a very long time. I'm opposed to branding. It's cruelty to animals. Con Clark, yes, branding is cruelty to animals. Absolutely.
All right, that was very good. Go sit in your corner and think about what you fucking did.
No, I agree with this man. He's telling the truth. Branding is fucking cruelty to animals. But when
I
I'm
don't think
talking
anyone
about
brands anything anymore. I think they use tags.
no, we still have branding
But why though?
because it's better or it's harder to remove than a tag. But the thing is we as human beings ourselves are branded animals. For example,
How dare you? My social insurance number isn't a brand.
the question I asked you about if you had a choice between cell phones, which one do you pick? Right?
Doesn't matter.
Most
They
people-
all own everything anyway.
Yeah, true. But you see, most people would either go Samsung or iPhone. I want the Apple iPhone
Yeah.
because branding. To them, that is social status.
Try to
That is
avoid
part of the
Apple
crowd they're in.
anything.
Well, that and there's different programming, isn't there?
Somewhat, yeah. Although the funny thing is if you was to disassemble both, you would find out that all the chips and the boards and all that are made by the same company. It's the same thing with.
Yep.
I used to get shit back in the day because I run AMD processors. I don't so much anymore because AMD has gotten better. But I used to get shit for it. Do you know why I got shit for it?
Wait, so you don't run AMD because AMD got better?
No, I've been running AMD back when they were space heaters, dude. I started running AMD processors in the or
Oh
most of
yeah,
my
but you said
life.
you don't run them as much anymore, though.
I run whatever I can afford now.
Fair enough.
Like,
I run
like
AMD just because it's more Linux compatible.
I like AMD.
But I'm not saying they're a bad company. I'm saying that I used to get shit because, well, I was running AMD multi-core processors back in the day. Hell, the computer that I capture everything on and run my VTuber model on, for example, is an AMD based system because it does better for virtualization than Intel does. I look at things through specs, but a lot of people do get brands like, you would not believe it. Oh my god, you're not running an NVIDIA graphics card? What's wrong with you? You should be running the latest NVIDIA graphics card.
I'm
Why?
not a big fan of NVIDIA graphics cards.
I like Intel. Intel does not mean it. Damn it, Con Clark, you got me twice today, man.
What? What'd you say?
I like AMD. Intel does not mean intelligent. No, it doesn't. But
Nope.
the thing is like my oldest computer that I used to have actually had a Centrex CPU in it, which wasn't Intel or AMD. It was the third choice.
I remember when there used to be these things called competing things, competing brands.
But you see, that's where I get at on the
Now there's
branding thing.
nothing.
There are people that believe that you have to have the brands in order to be their friends. That is part of your tribal awareness and your sigils of who you are.
That's
What's the name of
retarded.
that
How much your clothes
40k?
cost is how valuable you are as a person. Remember,
Do
kids.
you remember
Yeah.
Chapter Master Valrek?
Yeah.
He used to say, "Oh, I only buy the official 40k paints on the official 40k products. I don't buy anything third party. It's got to be the official 40k brand."
Yeah, but wasn't he paid to say that?
Probably.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. Like, I've been looking at getting a used iPhone because it does a lot for capturing VTuber stuff.
I've never cared about branding, especially when it comes to clothes. I've never understood the designer clothes thing.
It's
One
your
shirt does what another shirt does.
And that
it's your
used to
tribal
be just
signals.
a woman thing, but recently with shoes, it's become a man thing as well. I've met
Oh no,
men
that's
that
been
are
a
like
thing for a
upset.
while.
They ask you what shoes you
Yep.
wear, what trainers, and I'm like, I wear shoes. This cost me like
What
12
shoe?
quid from Lenses. Like the
What
shoes
shoes do
were
you
like
wear? They got soles on them, and they're
okay.
red.
I did a cleaning job in a warehouse, and there was a guy there younger than me who spent like tens of thousands on like limited edition Nike trainers. And he said he even went on holiday to Vegas to like gamble, and he spent all of it on Nike trainers. And he said, oh, his mum said he's not allowed any more trainers, so he started like sneaking them into the house, and he's obsessed with trainers. And like he spent like
Yes.
hundreds of thousands on
Yes.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a man, not a woman.
Yeah. No,
I don't get it.
there are
It's
people.
not
He asked me
surprising.
what shoes I wear, and I'm like, I wear shoes, mate. They cost me 12 quid.
And you know, I get it. There are some people, if you're actually collecting, but there are people out there that take it a step further than that. You don't use an iPhone, therefore you can't be my friend. I get passed up for a promotion for a job because I use Android and have
That's
used
retarded.
Android forever. But because the company systems preferred, or because the company's administration preferred iPhone.
I remember. Do you remember when we had these like Zoomer bros had like fucking rice gum and all that? They were like the big thing on YouTube. I remember there was a video of his where he's like, I'm gonna
Or-
walk down this street. There's a crowd of people lining up to buy like the new brand of fucking Supreme or whatever the fuck it was. And he's like, I'm gonna do a video where I walk down this street dressed in full branded gear and flex on these people. And it's just him walking down the street in these clothes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if I were in that crowd, I wouldn't even notice he's wearing anything like important or special. It would just be a guy walking past me. I don't get
Well,
the,
we do have
like,
we have a problem in
obsession with.
this species of ours where we some people are born without a personality and are never really instructed to get one, so they kind of just fill the void with stuff.
But like, if Ricegum came up to me and he's like wearing all this like Supreme,
Who the hell is
whatever,
Rice Gum?
to me, I'd just look at him and like, oh, it's a man wearing clothes. I wouldn't see the significance of it. I wouldn't even notice like it's some special thing he's wearing.
What even
I
is a
don't
Rice
get it.
Gum?
He's
You-
he's
Some vacuous asshole.
he was part of the whole like Logan Paul, like the Zoomer
Yeah.
bro fucking that whole craze. People who are famous for being famous and you can't figure out how they got famous.
Oh, I can figure out how they got famous. Daddy money. Literally, they paid
Ding,
for
ding, ding,
views
ding.
and subs, and to the point that people started just going, "Oh, people like this."
You
There
gotta
are
hate how they can
shortcuts.
just essentially manufacture an entire craze by manipulating the algorithm because everybody at YouTube is so creatively bankrupt
Oh,
they
like
can't
the hot
program
Kua
anything
girl.
for a fucking damn.
Like the hot Kua girl, where she like said this joke that nobody found funny, but yet she was all over the place on the news and everywhere. She had a podcast. She was
Didn't she
the
do a pump
most
and dump crypto thing?
astroturfed fucking psyop
Once
internet
again,
celebrity I've ever seen in my life.
we have a massive problem in our species where there are people who don't have a personality, never developed one, and never will. And they fill the void in their heart with stuff and meaningless gestures. And they
I feel like
they
I'm
run
being
the
personally
planet.
attacked.
I
They
feel like
literally
she's
run this world.
Or you have people like me that go through a heavy depression spell, can't get help for it, fills it full of crap and stuff, trying to keep themselves stimulated to the point they don't feel bad. And then
This-
eventually you
this-
wake up at 3 a.m., bawling your eyes out and calling whoever you can to talk.
And the best part about all this is those people who are completely vacuous only can exist in a world that is as comfortable as possible to them.
Yep.
So any complaining or problems you have are either not real or make you the problem.
Hello,
we've
chat.
figured
In a
out
complete
what
turnaround,
these
today
people-
I will be playing the voice of optimism.
like we very quickly figured out how the like pampered generation in the West would deal with like the past when all the Redditors went to go volunteer in Ukraine.
Okay,
Had no
Well,
idea. what they were getting
tragic.
into.
that is absolutely fucking hilarious, and I'm
A lot of
sorry.
them try to leave, but they didn't realise is that leaving a war zone is desertion. So the Azov battalion, the Ukrainians,
Executed them.
yes, they killed them for cowardice.
You can't just
Redditors.
show up and leave when you want. That's not how a war works.
I wear
Oh
work
man, this
boots.
really sucks. I just gotta go, guys.
You know,
Just
I'm like,
Like and subscribe.
I like this Clark guy. He wears
Ye-
work boots. It shows my character and not what crowd I chase. Same. I literally wear
Ye-
Skechers shoes. Like
I wear
it's-
a non-slip boot of a brand I don't know.
I
bought
wear
them from
safety
clearance.
boots. I wear safety boots in the winter and sandals in the summer. I don't know what brand they are. They're just comfy.
I only know they're
think the
Skechers
only-
because I just took them off and they say Skechers on the bottom.
Like the only thing
Did
I
you
know
even
is
know
that
what
you go
the brand is on those boots? I feel like they were off-brand.
No, they're Feli.
Okay.
Because
The only brand of
we're
thing I have,
currently
I didn't
using the
realise it
box for
was.
storage. That's the
Oh,
only reason
okay.
I know that.
Okay. They're pretty nice though. You know, I must recommend any workplace where there's any liquid on the floor, no slips, they really fucking do it.
It's like
Just be warned, walking through snow, you are building ice skates on your feet because the snow sticks to the ridges.
That's just how all boots work, I thought.
No slips take it to a whole nother fucking level.
Worf over here doing the ices.
Pretty much.
The only terrain my shoes are not rated for is when it's that special kind of snow that is wet enough to stick to everything. Otherwise, my shoes are great. They're just trail shoes. They have enough grip I can run. That's all I care about. If I'm out in public, I wear a black pair of steel-toed shoes. Because if I kick somebody, I want them to know I kicked them. But
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
But yeah, when it comes down to it, like, we live in a society where brands matter. So you really think anything
Well-
of it? It's literally whoever pays the best advertising fees is who's in control of anything you think.
Well, brands used to be, hey, this family is really good at making this stuff, or this company is really reputable because of this, and that's how you know it's in a quality assurance. Now it's just, I have this
Yeah.
brand because I'm a vacuous piece of shit with no personality.
Well, there's a specific individual who's responsible for that. I don't remember his name. He's a Jewish guy in the US around,
Oh, there goes the stream.
Yep.
I think around World War.
Good night, everybody!
Alright, we're all gonna die.
Can
No,
you,
this is
can
a
you
real-
stop talking about the fucking Jews? We get it. You hate the Jews.
No, this is a real guy. He's responsible for changing the sort of like way things are advertised. Because beforehand, say like an advert for a car, it would just be telling you about how the car performs and what it's all the parts and everything. And his idea was instead we should advertise things as like, so if you wanted to advertise a car, you'd want to advertise it in a way that it's like a status symbol, like
It's an experience.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I hate
It's-
to say this, but that's kind of how
I can't
car
remember his name.
advertisements been forever.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't drive a Mercedes Benz because you enjoy driving a Mercedes. And I know this
You don't
is
get that newfangled horseless carriage because you think you're poor.
What was
you
it? My
don't-
favorite one is just, have you seen the new Sky Horse? I want fun.
About fun. Daddy, I want it now.
Although I will say this much, the Matthew McConaughey Lincoln commercials will always be the best. That'll drive
That
Lincoln.
thing that came. Oh god.
This thing gets 1 mile to the gallon. Do you think I don't have money?
I don't
I think my
drive
favorite
a
were the Zoom
Lincoln.
Zoom Kid ones because they came up here in Canada. We had some guy go, so yeah, some news that came out of the Mazda test track today. One of the Mazda test vehicles ran off the track and ran over the Zoom Zoom Kid.
Oh, shit.
I will be honest with you though, the Zoom commercials were actually really cool because Mazda's always been known for budget performance / luxury.
They're really not that bad of a vehicle.
No, and if you ever look, what are the Zoom commercials showing off? What Mazdas are good at? Sprint. They're really good at cornering. They're really good at fast acceleration. They actually captured what the car's good for with a catchy thing that you could remember.
My current
Nowadays,
problem with most cars nowadays is that they all look the exact same.
Nowadays, though, you have Matthew McConaughey behind the wheel of a Lincoln Avanava whatever Gator, which is basically a Ford whatever SUV.
Hi there, I'm Matthew McConaughey. You're not gonna remember shit about this vehicle, but look at me. I'm Matthew McConaughey.
I'm Matthew.
Canyon-ero.
I'm Matthew McConaughey. I was driving a Lincoln before it was popular. No, you wasn't. You ain't that old. Lincolns became a status symbol in the 60s, bruh. I know this because I've driven a Lincoln Mark IV. If anybody's ever driven a Lincoln Mark IV, they know exactly how much of a status symbol a boat is.
Canyon-ero. That's the only ad I like. It's not even real.
I'm going to make to. I drove a 1972 Lincoln Mark IV.
How much shut your face?
with a 502 under the hood. It literally everything would just get out of your way because the car was solid stainless steel. It was a brick of death coming at you at normally 80 miles an hour because I had a lead foot.
What a car.
That sounds awesome.
I had cop cars that would try to pull me over.
Good
Because
fucking
it-
luck.
Because it would take me 2 counties to stop the damn thing. Give up.
Jackie, that's illegal.
You ever seen a 1970s Lincoln try to stop? It doesn't stop on a dime.
Nope.
There's a lot of... I'm fairly certain I could have ran into a semi and it done more damage to the semi than that car. God, I miss that car. That and the 82 Caprice Classic with the police intercept.
That and the Shuck Wagon.
I had an 82 Chevelle with a police intercept and it was front wheel drive, so the V8 was sideways mounted.
Damn.
That car would accelerate so fast that people's heads would bang into the seats.
Damn.
It also ate alternators, but
Small price to pay. Who cares?
it gets really expensive when you have to change your alternator every 6 weeks.
Be back shortly.
Why
But
are
I
you
miss
having
that
to
car.
change the alternator so often? It just sounds like
Because-
wiring issues.
That wasn't wiring issues. That was an actual GM defect with the 82 Caprice Classic with the Police Interceptor in the front-wheel drive configuration. The engine would put so many RPMs through the alternator that it would burn out the alternator. It would, however, scream tires when you barely press the gas pedal in first gear.
Hmm.
It like going.
Yes.
God, I
It
want to
like
stand. I
going.
want to fucking. I want a manual car. I want a manual transmission again.
I can't drive them anymore.
Why not?
Yeah, me neither. They suck. Fuck manual.
Manual's
Automatic
awesome.
is the future. Automatic is the future. You're all coping.
All right, so you're wrong, and I can prove it mathematically.
Do it.
All right, so if you'll see here, fuck around and plus find out.
Yeah, that's mathematical proof. That's a threat, sir.
I actually
No, that's
prefer.
mathematics. See, if
If
you see here, it's got an additional symbol right there in the middle. Therefore, it's
If-
mathematics.
If I could still do it, I would definitely be driving a fucking manual car. I'll be honest with you.
Can you narrow?
Mostly
Can you
because
narrow?
there is a certain feel.
That's its default.
There is a certain feel you get once you hit that 5th gear and you've been riding down a road as fast as you fucking can. There's a certain connection you get with your hand on that shifter while you're angrily
but-
shifting gears with your foot all the way down to the fucking floor.
But can you drive it at the bottom of a lake? Because a Canyonero can.
God. This is starting to sound like the Battletech Rotund. Hi, welcome to the DeRAILED podcast. We're so derailed we don't even have topics anymore.
I mean, honestly, the only good Simpsons bit. I'm gonna be real.
See, there is just a sense of driving that you can't have with an automatic.
There's
You
just a
have with a
sense
manual.
of dread when I'm behind the wheel. I can't explain it. Help me.
No,
There's just a
it's one of
sense
those ones when you're driving and you just
It feels like I'm
Sometimes you
moving.
just need-
I don't know what's happening.
no. Sometimes you just need to drive for a long time until the tires fall off, and
I
you just
got
can't get that
feeling
sense of
driving.
driving with fucking
Yeah,
automatic. I don't know why.
I hate driving. It's so terrifying.
there's
Driving's
a,
awesome.
There's a sense that you get when you have a rack and pinion steering system instead of a powered steering system. You have fucking 6-speed racing transmission with reverse. I have to specify with reverse, apparently. And somebody freaking out in the passenger seat as you go flying by the police cars.
But what the fuck?
You said we were going for milk!
Yeah, we're going for milk. Where? 3 states from here.
Milk.
Listen, there's just a sense of freedom that you can't get anywhere else but driving when you turn on when you turn on some awesome music.
And you hear that engine just whining.
It's got a 40-cylinder engine.
You have no idea about anything with cars, Worf.
Wharf over here. So if we use the Dragonator and then we, flood it with the fuel mix.
What, you
we're
don't
gonna
want
be
an
able to go-
engine the length of your fucking car?
They did that. It's called the Cadillac V16.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
Yes.
really need to watch Columbo with us.
See, I'm someone who cannot handle any kind of pressure, so for me, driving, when the roads were clear, it was fine. As soon as other cars are involved, I was panicking and messing up and terrified.
So
Worf
Shadow, how you get used to that sort of thing is you just continue to do it.
Worf can tell
You
you
have
this.
to remember every driver on the road is retarded.
Yes.
Worf-
Except for you. You are always right. You can never make mistakes on the road.
Worf
Remember
will
this
tell you.
sage advice.
Driving
Worf-
lessons.
Worf will tell you, when it comes to us, or when I'm driving in a crowded city street, I get road rage.
I just get road rage in general. I hate when other people are driving. They're on my road, breathing my oxygen, and how dare they exist near me without paying the proper toll and getting the fuck out of my fucking way. For the love of God, stop doing 80 in the 80 zone! It's fucking 100!
No, the greatest one is I was riding with Kai. There is a car that is probably a good 20 miles ahead of us. And she starts screaming at him. And I'm sitting here going, this is beautiful. Finally,
That
somebody
is
else
exactly
feels.
how I drive.
Somebody else understands how I feel.
Somebody
They're all on
feels
my road.
anger like me.
Do you not? Is that not a thing? Like, they're on your road, they exist near you, and yet for some reason they have the audacity to not get out of the fucking way?
Why
Yeah,
are you
that'd be a
burning my...
problem.
You're making my gas more expensive. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I could be there. I could have been 5 minutes ahead already, but no, you in all of your infinite wisdom decided to go the exact speed limit because, God forbid, you don't know how to use a turn.
You're not him, okay? It's okay.
Kill him!
I think one of my best ones, and this involves an ex. We had an ionic thunderstorm where we were living at the time. I think this is
Yes.
when
Casual ionic thunderstorms, my favorite.
I'm from. I was living in Middle Appalachia at the time, so ionic
Fuck
thunderstorms.
is an ionic thunderstorm?
So you ever seen purple lightning that blinds you for about 5 seconds?
No.
A
Have you ever seen
thunderstorm.
rain that's purple?
No,
is a
I've seen
thunderstorm.
And others will feel the pain.
we had a lightning storm here that was like I guess you would call it a spiderweb lightning storm, where it was just constant lightning.
Yeah, no. Ionic is extreme amounts of electricity being shot into a direct arc into the ground.
Ooh.
It's
It
named
can
after
blind.
ions.
Well, it's named after. It's because it's triggered in the ionosphere. Driving through
ions.
one of those is a nightmare and a half. The greatest thing about it is when you're doing 80 miles an hour on an interstate and the person in the passenger seat's freaking out and you're debating on do you want to stop at Burger King or Arby's?
Or Wendy's.
Yes,
Let's go to
or a
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Nuts in your mouth. Got him.
It's just like, where am I going to stop for food? And the other person's freaking out because they've never dealt with it.
The other person, where do you rate stop for food? Me. Meh, you're
I'm
right.
kinda hungry.
Crunchwrap Supreme it is.
Bruh,
Crunchwrap
fuck. I want a gordita. I need the gordita.
Like going sideways on the fucking highway, and you're just kind of like, you know what? I will treat myself.
You know,
Meanwhile, the person in the passenger seat is writing out their own will.
that's their problem.
I think the best one is we had monsoon rain at one place I lived, and I had a. This was the '94 Ranger. It had a rebuilt engine. It had dual overhead cams. It had been spec'd out for nothing but pure torque because it was a pull truck. I hit an intersection, stop, hit the gas, spin out, slide into a burger place's parking lot.
Did a double heel flip.
Did no damage to the truck. Stops in a parking spot, and I go, I guess I'm hungry now.
All right, Brian, you win this one.
I walk in, proceed to eat. Cop comes flying by. Another cop comes flying. Had I not done this, I would have been in a wreck. It was a semi that jackknifed up the mountain for me.
Damn.
Yeah. You ever seen a semi jackknife? That is fucking terrifying.
Wow.
I've been
Those
behind one.
terrifying is when you're jackknifing, though.
I
It's
don't know
never
about that.
it's never quite as good as when you're doing it. It's just never fun when you wipe out and you have time to think about it and process it.
During the crash when everything just gets really fucking slow.
I've had that happen once and it's not pleasant.
It is fucking terrifying. I did that when
I don't need that again.
I did that when I launched a 91 a Honda Accord that had been tapped out as a tuner into the air 35 feet. Off a
Mine
culvert.
was doing 100 kilometers an hour on the freeway and hitting a patch of black ice on a hill and having to make the decision, do I want to go into the ditch or do I want to go into 2 to 3 other lanes of traffic, or do I want to hit that guy going 100?
Traffic,
chose the
traffic,
ditch.
traffic.
No, it felt like 3 seconds, but was probably about 2, or maybe probably like half a second. My brain went, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 1 it is. Into the ditch we go. 3 feet away from a fucking, those giant fucking columns that they use to hold up
Yeah.
the street signs and everything over the freeway?
They used to
Yeah.
hold up the stars, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of those.
yeah.
I was about 3 feet. The back end was 3 feet from hitting that because I was swinging all over the fucking place. Managed to bring it to a stop, scream for a little bit, and then drive to work.
So I had this 91 Accord that had been tuned out. It light going fast. I was doing about 60 miles an hour and a 55, as you do. These are normal driving speeds for where I was at. Actually, normal driving speeds.
speed is to go 20 kilometers over what's posted.
Well, this is miles per hour, and normal is 5 over what's posted.
Jackie doesn't believe in normal.
I was doing about 60. I was on my way to work. Gust of wind hits the side of the car, slides me over into a culvert.
Was this car made of rice paper? How powerful was this wind?
If she said yes, would you believe her?
About 40, 50 miles an hour.
Wait a minute, where were you living at the time again?
I was living up on top of the mountain at the time.
Yeah, that'd do it.
And I was coming down into the valley, and it was rolling wind.
Yeah, that'd do it, yeah.
Hit the culvert, launched the car.
Did you have like a Goofy movie moment where you just thought to yourself, "Yo"?
No, no, no. The weirdest shit ever is I remember it seemed like 20 minutes, but it was probably 20 seconds of airborne time, and my cell phone was just floating in front of me, spinning around.
It probably wasn't even 20 seconds. It was probably about 2.
But it felt
Adrenaline's a
like
hell of a thing.
Thank you for being alive.
the even
Like,
worse.
Have you
the-
never done anything like that, Worf? Like, I've spun it into the ditch once because I was coming
I was-
home at 3 a.m. in a snowstorm with my friends.
I
Didn't
put
see
me in
it.
a ditch once, but we were never airborne for a few seconds.
I haven't gotten airborne yet.
You don't
Yeah,
want to
you're
do
not
it.
supposed to.
Look, everybody says flying a car is hard. No, flying a car is the easy part. Landing's the hard part.
See, speed isn't what gets you. It's suddenly becoming stationary. That's the bit that'll end you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you shouldn't speed. That's dangerous. No, it's not the speeding that's dangerous. It's the sudden stop.
I'm not worried about the speed. I'm worried about the brick wall.
I'm more
I will-
worried about the car than the wall. The wall will be fine.
I don't know. That really depends on how much speed you've accumulated.
It depends on how much that car has technology that was developed by Volvo in it.
Yes, Volvo. I want to get a Volvo. It's
You
so
know,
hard to find the old
Just
ones
make
now,
it a
though.
Pinto.
My dad used to tell me all the time. You know how they crash test Volvo station wagons? No, because they drive them off a cliff.
My great grandma had the nicest Volvo ever, but she sold it to pay to live in her fucking home. I'm so fucking angry my family made her do that.
Actually, I think the funny thing about that is like I drove a Volvo station wagon. It wasn't mine. It was the guy I was living with's station wagon. And that thing wasn't bad. It just did not have any horsepower.
Station wagons are pretty awesome.
Well, it was because at the time I had my 89 LTD with a police intercept, and it was also a station wagon. It was a panel or
For
old
buying a
panel wagon.
station wagon,
It was an old panel wagon.
they're immortal.
No, they're fucking not, because what happened to that fucking station wagon's not the Volvo one, mine was fucking hilarious. I had a station wagon with a 5.0 Boss in it that had been supercharged, ran into a turbo. The grandma sleeper is what we called it.
Mm.
And it didn't have catalytic converters or mufflers anymore because fuck it, we didn't need it.
Optional.
And it ran into, or the exhaust got up to, I think it was 4.5 inches at the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just the tip.
I would start it up and it would sound like a nightmare beast.
Mm-hmm.
So you just start it up and Rob Zombie would start screaming in the background for no particular reason.
Yeah, we twisted the frame on it.
Did you do this by getting air or intentionally?
I did this because I stomped the engine on a green light. Didn't realize I had bent the frame or snapped tie rods until I got home.
Jaggy, have you heard about like caring about personal well-being?
I don't understand the question.
I'm Appalachian. We don't care about our personal well-being. What are you talking about?
Well, you know,
Do you not work even if your arms are broken?
Do you not go to work with a gunshot wound? What?
I don't understand this. Like,
Who are you? We call that fun. Hell,
You're talking to two deep country folk.
I don't know
My
anything
lord.
about cars at all.
hell, have you ever been in an SUV when it spontaneously starts catching on fire?
Yes.
Is that inherent to SUVs? Do they just do that?
Sometimes. Some of them.
Surprise.
So a friend of mine bought a used, I want to say it was a Jimmy, and we kitted it out with a competition speaker setup. The amp started sparking while we were driving, and we didn't know. We made it, about halfway to where we were going, and
We made it about halfway across the border.
we made it halfway where we were going, and started noticing something smelling funny. And it wasn't any of the substances that we had been smoking at the time. We get out of the car to check, and the car just starts fire.
Crying. It's literally crying.
It just catches on fire. The even better part about that is the cop rolls up, looks at the car, looks at us, goes, "Well, I guess y'all got lucky. We forgot marshmallows."
I love that that's the complaint.
But yeah, no, I've been in a few things involving cars that weren't pleasant. I've had many knocks to the head. Way too many. I've been told that if I get hit in the head a few more times, I will be completely retarded.
My dog requires something I shall return.
Doggo. But in lieu, there is nothing really of that much interest online. Like, don't really give a fuck.
News has been boring as of late. We have a new president, that's kind of cool. I guess.
The Bears. Is it though? Is it? I mean, we can check the gamer news aggregates. Let's see what they say on Love for Games, N for G.
And for Jesus.
Is Starfield coming to the PS5?
No.
Obsidian Entertainment is the gold standard for gaming development right now.
They are.
Hello.
Oh no, it's a Nost.
It is I.
It is a heretic
Who are
from the
you?
woods. He is a heretic from the deep woods.
Oh, kill him.
He's a fellow Appalachian.
Kill him.
No.
Okay.
But my Wendigo friends won't like that.
That's okay.
But yes, apparently Obsidian Entertainment's the gold standard for game development right now. This is why I can tell you there is no news going on right now. Because if you've seen the fucking trailer for whatever Obsidian Entertainment's putting out, it is hot fucking garbage.
Yeah, they have been for ages now. Ever since that Outer Worlds, whatever it was.
The game
In the
that's
words
getting...
of in the words of the Grinch, they're still living.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
shit, I didn't even think they were, man. Fuck.
No, Obsidian Entertainment got bought out by Microsoft. Therefore, they have unlimited amounts of money until Microsoft gets bored again. The same thing with Bethesda.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Hearthstone. They just released a StarCraft crossover set, and you know this the game's hidden incentive they're doing that shit.
Bethesda. Don't know. They just ended whatever it was called, the fucking Elder Scrolls card game. It's gone now.
Well, yeah, but that game was like ass.
I'm not talking about
Wait, what's
Blades. I'm
gone?
talking about the other one, Legends.
There wasn't. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That game was
There-
ass.
Yes, there
you
were
could make
two.
Okay, so you could make like meta-defining choices on accident and go from having a like really good card to a really bad card because you clicked the wrong story option.
I thought that was Blades.
Was that Blades? I thought Blades was the mobile game.
No. Legends was a mobile game.
Oh,
Dang.
I don't know,
I don't
man.
fucking. It's the one that had the multiple lanes bullshit going on. You're playing 3 card games at once with one deck. Look at our innovations! Look at them!
No.
Never. No, that's what I was saying though. Like, seriously.
You guys could all be playing StarCraft right now during the Christmas event where you can get Christmas presents to unlock decorations for your tree.
Alternatively, I could be playing War Thunder.
This game is way fucking better than War Thunder.
I'm just gonna stick to playing Star Trek Online. I don't give a fuck.
Look, Star Trek Online is a great game. Partly because I still don't understand how its economy functions. The only things that I know about Star Trek Online is there is an economy. I don't know which economy, but there is an economy.
Yes.
Exactly.
I normally just don't fucking pay attention to it. I just blow shit up.
Pretty much.
Like that's my main goal. I get to use a batleth, cut people down, and blow people's ships up. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Bruh.
Where?
Bruh.
Where?
Brat. Oh, and not to mention, there's entire media narratives about how to change the resolution of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth PC. Yes,
I
because
mean, what? Why?
Well, because there are AI-generated articles for every single possible search term related to video games.
that is why we here at Chosen a Cynical Kin Studio value are people that hit those buttons. And if you're watching,
Yeah.
hit those buttons.
It is what's going on with Final Fantasy VII?
Niggers. I mean, oops.
Actually,
Cancel.
you guys
Well,
want to
there goes there.
you guys want to start a news article site? The most dying medium ever.
No. No, I'm going to love how I'm about to get banned from YouTube and Twitch.
So
Oh, that one quickly, didn't it?
there, I thought I'd be the first to say that.
I just checked over the fucking research option here in Kenshi for heavy weapons. Heavy weapons, ridiculed by many and often hailed as cock extensions.
Hell yeah.
Nothing is more amusing than watching some idiot try to fight with a weapon he can barely lift. But if you work very, very hard, maybe you can master it and build necessary strength. Maybe, just maybe, you could become something very dangerous.
We here at Cox Studios endorse the carrying of heavy weapons
Sometimes.
because it is an extension of us. That's right. Dear humble viewer, always carry your sword proudly, even if you could barely wield it.
So you can barely wield.
I don't know what anybody's talking about. I carry the actual fucking moss immune.
Shit, yeah.
A friend of mine gave me his whenever he was moving from his house to another one. So, and I was like, I wonder if I can wield this son of a bitch. I was like, oh wait, I can. I'm 63. Fuck you, assholes.
Oh, there are tales of a lone samurai walking through the mini forest of the Appalachian Mountains. He carries great war stick. Look, if I'm going to get flagged for it, I might as well do it for everybody, right? Jackie, the most hated VTuber in the world, says controversial things because she can. I'm an oppressed goddamn minority. Go fuck yourself.
So they're just doing AI generated games journalism now.
Actually, let's see if I'm banned from YouTube yet. YouTube's normally the
Would you
one
be
that
able
gets me
to-
for.
Would you be able to tell if they were doing AI journalism? It would be
Yes.
it'd be better.
No, you can tell, because search up like some random string of words on Google. Like video, that's like vaguely video game related, and you'll understand.
Okay.
Do it right now. It's funny.
Damn.
I'm currently making sure that my guys don't get attacked by starving bandits in Kenshi.
Damn.
You are the starving bandit in Kenshi.
Guys, I have bad.
Can you fight four of them?
I have bad news.
Beer.
We're live. We're live.
We are live
Yeah, we are live.
this whole time.
I'm watching a podcast and a podcast and a podcast and a podcast.
We're watching 60 podcasts.
Fuck's sake.
We saw 60 podcasts in a row.
Damn. I can't even say controversial statements on the internet no more. Oh wait, I think that violates TOS. Oh well, I don't really give a fuck anymore.
No. So one thing I hate about the way the internet's become now is it's become school. You have to act on the internet now like you're at school. You've got to watch your mouth and behave. You're not allowed to say naughty words and stuff like that.
Shadow, you didn't
I
fucking
miss the
raise
old
your
days.
hand. You didn't raise your hand. I have to get
Yeah,
the
what the
disciplinary.
fuck, Shadow?
I
I'm
gotta
getting
get
the
the
whip.
I gotta get the disciplinary brick out.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh my god! Did any of you have that one? Well, for me it was quite a lot. Those students in your classroom who would actually rat you out to the teacher for shit.
Yes.
You hadn't done your homework. To go, miss, he hasn't done his homework or stuff like that.
Yes, and there was one guy that I got revenge on in the 12th grade by telling him that he owed me $5, and he would freak the fuck out, and people would lose their shit because he would lose his shit so hard, and they would instead people that hated me hated him more and would tell him that he owed me $5. And if you ever hear this, you know who you are. You still owe me $5, you rat bastard.
Damn.
I don't know if you had this in the US, but we had this thing called hymn practice in our primary school where if you have like assembly where it's after the first few lessons everyone goes to the hall and there's like an assembly and sometimes you'd have to sing Christian hymns, but like most of us, like the lads, would just mime it because we didn't want to sing. That's gay.
We didn't do Christian hymns. We did like fucking In the Jungle, the Mighty
So
Jungle.
we would just sit at the back of the crowd and mime and do it like this one girl that like looked at me, then went over to a fucking teacher and ratted on me for not singing, and I was like, why do you care?
The jungle.
Because-
Why do you
Because
care?
you gotta get the points, man. It's the
Oh, we
points.
boy. Oh, we boy.
In the jungle, the
The
mighty
mighty
jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Okay, here's my favorite bit about the entire Lion King. That first song they sing about is literally just, lion, it's a lion, hey look, there's a lion. That is the literal translation of that fucking song.
Hey, look, it's a lion. Lion!
Holy
There's a
shit, it's a
lion!
Oh my
lion!
god, a lion!
Holy, holy fuck, it's a lion!
Holy lion! There's a lion! 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 Lion.
You ain't lying to me.
Fuck no.
Lion.
Hey, it's a lion. He's gonna fucking eat us.
Yeah, that is essentially what it is. Look up the lyrics.
That's retarded.
You're retarded.
I know I am. That gives me more reason to be able to actually say it with confidence.
I
Oh, so you have a
identify-
R-word pass now. Okay, I see how it is.
I identify as retarded.
No, you just are.
Yeah, see, I am retarded, so I can actually say the hard R.
I
Fuck
I
y'all.
identify as a retard, okay? I am R-gendered.
The fuck?
I saw a post. It was a green text. It probably wasn't true, but it was that guy goes for like a doctor's appointment, and on the form it asks for his pronouns. So he put the chosen one. So like when he's in the waiting room and it's his turn, the nurse comes out and goes, "Is the chosen one here? Chosen one."
It's pretty good.
How to get banned from hospitals 101. How many hospitals are you banned from, Jackie? Refusal to speak is not a refusal.
The silence.
Alright, so she's banned from at least 27, I'm guessing. Is Jackie dead?
Check it, Dad.
Uh-oh.
I guess what she said earlier caught up.
No, we're still alive. Check
Faggots.
Twitch. Still alive.
Bruh.
But yeah, okay, so does it count as a hospital ban if you're fucking, the hospital doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah.
Then
I mean, at that
exactly
point, everyone-
2. I've been banned from 2. But obviously I went to a doctor recently because of, I have severe mental issues apparently. Who would have guessed?
No shit.
Jackie has severe mental issues.
You don't say.
I don't say, considering the last podcast, I ended it because I was spiraling into depression and crying my eyes out. Yeah.
Bruh.
You know who you are. Go fuck yourself. Person that clipped that. Fuck you.
Bruh.
You owe me exactly $5. Anyways.
Yeah, we don't cry for free at Cox Studios. That's a licensing deal.
The fuck?
Because reasons. Anyways.
Okay.
Good question, us.
Anyways, when I was filling out the paperwork to go see a doctor, because obviously I was at that point, it asked me what my legal gender was, after asking me about my biological sex. And I was like, what the fuck?
Gender affirmed.
What is my gender? What is my gender?
What is
Ah!
my gender?
What is my
So
gender?
how do
What
you-
is it?
How do you like put intersex stuff in on those forums? Like, do you have to talk to the dog and be like, I've got problems?
Well, they have access to my medical history, so they kind of know the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work from like a what's it logistic standpoint?
What is your biological sex? Well, I have
It's complicated.
I have a male body, but I have the wrong hormones.
I have mental
And
illness,
they've-
but this is not mental
No, no,
illness.
no, no. We're gonna go with what are you logistically?
What are you legit? Well, I
Yeah.
like plushies, so I guess I'm a girl. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right, straight to the bone pile. Got it.
But no, it's one of those things like, you fuck.
Oh.
Did I die
died?
again? Oh god,
Basically,
who died? Oh, I think we out autism Notch.
Damn.
That being said, I'm getting an ominous loading cursor on Windows. You know, after I said the hard retard word.
Damn.
Din, 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 din.
OBS has crashed!
Toss to the left of me. Toss to the right. Here I am. Dumb in the middle with you.
OBS has crashed, everybody. There was a 15th plane that day.
Your Majesty, there's been a second bus.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Cucumber bus.
No, sit up there and make the fucking leather, you dumb bitch.
No, you can't make me. There's only one being on Earth that can make me do anything.
It's me.
No. Although I have been asked if you're my favorite punching bag recently.
What?
Because how I say hello to you.
Bruh.
How do you say hello to him?
He beats me.
He,
It hurts.
I've been misgendered. I have to take care of a problem now. Bye.
Yep.
hey,
Damn, he's back.
what was the name of that fake VTuber agency Pippa made as a joke, and then they made up a
Flavor.
whole fake sex scandal?
But
Flavor.
then they became
Flavor.
a real ad agency.
Yeah,
You know,
Are they a real agency now?
I don't know.
possibly.
If they're still in Face Connect.
There's some VTuber agencies that started as a joke that are now VTuber agencies apparently.
Well, I
I
mean,
had-
we're not really a VTuber agency. We're more like a joke that's pretending to be a real agency.
We're not an agency. First off, we're a multimedia empire. We're not just a VTuber agency. We're just really shit at running anything.
This is true.
Although, that being said, the cock channels have more subscribers on Rumble than my channel does. And the only reason I can think this has happened is because people like hearing my stupidity.
This is likely.
Yes, isn't that usually how it works?
I've
But
also
you
been
don't
told
like
that I'm
people
far
hearing your
more
stupidity?
I've also been told I'm far more entertaining when I take the magic
Yes, you
happy
are
pills.
more entertaining than Bausch.
When I take the magic happy pills.
That's not a high bar to clear, man.
Yeah, fuck Vouch.
Want to
Fucking-
fuck Vausch? Have you seen where his ass has been?
No,
Nope.
I don't want to fuck Vouch. I want to.
You
We're
guys have
experiencing
sausage
technical
back and
difficulties right now. This is a pre-recording of Jackie's voice. Jackie is currently screaming at the top of her lungs about things that she probably wants to do in real life, but is not allowed to do for legal reasons.
I haven't
Please,
heard
enjoy this
from
elevator
Vouch
music.
in ages.
Do,
Do you
do,
think
do,
the whole
do,
lolly
do,
link
do,
thing
do,
finally
do.
killed him? I think he's just like tried to disappear from the public eye after that got leaked.
You know, the greatest thing about that's the hand tracking. And my head's just going nuts the whole time. But no, I actually have no respect for any fucking Brad tubers. Ever. Because they're all authoritarian fucking wannabes.
Essentially.
I hate people that
Effectively.
look. I am known for being me. Drastically being me because I will say what I think. I have screamed at a guy at a McDonald's drive-thru through a speaker. I am subsequently not allowed to work for McDonald's anymore. He pissed me off. Simultaneously, I'm not allowed to work for Taco Bell anymore. Completely different reason. Apparently, walking into work while singing the hit song by Negative XP, I Have Murder on My Mind, is a red flag.
No way.
Yeah, who would have guessed? I couldn't make it in the customer service industry. I'm far too angry.
Don't blame you.
I was a CSM at fucking Walmart. All right? That was one of my earliest jobs, customer service management. I worked the return counter for 2 hours. And I had this woman that was terrified because she was returning something. Do you have a receipt? No. Well, how the fuck do I know you bought it? Well, can't you check on the store credit? Nah. I don't know who the fuck you is. Who
Nope.
the fuck you is? You have
Who is this
item
is?
in Well, what's wrong with the item in box? It's got a broken HDMI port. Well, how do I know you didn't fucking break it?
This is why Jack is not allowed to be a CSM anymore.
So,
Customer service management. I'm also not allowed to be a door greeter. I'm not allowed to be a cashier. I will never.
Is Jackie going robo for anybody else?
I'm being attacked. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
The wolf died. Is my connection more stable?
Hello.
Hello? Am I still robotic?
No, you're doing alright now.
It's because Worf's computer, for whatever reason, will randomly decide, I'm going to use all of the internet. All of it. All of it's mine. Whereas everything I have is load balanced to the hell and back. Yeah, no. There's a lot of deep-seated anger when it comes to being a Jackie. And a lot of times it's because I think I'm allergic to stupid people.
Do not blame you.
I'll have this, but I want the main course changed to the... Well, then order the other fucking thing.
Impossible.
But I want to pay the price for this thing. Yeah, well, see, the thing is by
No.
the time I upcharge you, it will cost more than the other fucking thing.
I just learned to nod and let them do whatever they want because they're stupid.
Why are people morons?
Yes.
Oh, and don't get me started on, like, previous career paths. Like, when I was in criminal justice in college and had to deal with the criminal element. Take in mind, yeah, the criminal element. And the first words out of my mouth is, God damn it, get out of fucking high school. You're not in high school. Be an adult, you fucking moron.
They never do.
what are we talking about?
how most people can't get over their fucking selves and the fact that they live in their high school.
Hello.
Welcome
Sorry,
back.
my internet was dying. I got killed by a stalker, and then I needed to get all my shit back. The internet was dying, so I had to pick podcast or my stuff.
Yeah,
So
the
clearly you
internet.
picked podcast, right?
I picked my stuff. I got it all back.
Motherfucker.
The internet was
7,000
down.
rubles.
You know what's funny? When I did the trace on the network just now, your computer was eating the fucking network.
You think I was getting DDoSed?
Do you have open ports that you're publicly broadcasting?
I don't think so.
No, I seriously think your network card's dying.
That actually could be it. That would explain a lot, actually.
Because the only times I have problems with the internet is when you're doing something and your computer decides to eat everything.
Honestly, maybe you want to look it over later.
When I'm asleep because I have to be up at before the
I mean,
ass
like-
crack of dawn.
I mean, like tomorrow. I gotta go. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be good enough to work tomorrow.
Okay. If I have time between the events that I'm part of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Remember, Jackie's a busy person.
Yep.
Don't be like Jackie, kids. It's bad for your health. Apparently.
Early grave.
Hey, I've actually been getting sleep lately. I was almost late for work this morning.
God. You almost got a full night's rest.
I actually got a full night's rest.
My God.
Yeah. Sucks because I had a headache from hell when I did it.
I wonder if that's because your body's stressing out, going, I don't understand what this means.
No, it's because I don't make enough serotonin to actually be a viable human being.
So what you're saying is you're not technically human and don't have rights.
What I'm saying is,
Oh, you try to enforce that.
hippity fucking hoppity, get off my goddamn property.
There we
There's
go.
some nice kidneys, but that sell for a lot.
That's a nice argument. However, you're within shotgun range.
However, I do need more kidneys in my life.
You need less kidneys. Give me yours.
I saw a meme,
I actually only have one functioning kidney, so hippity
So does it
hoppity, get
mean-
off my property.
There's a meme I saw yesterday. It was like, what if God gave us the second kidney as like a startup gambling fund?
No, it actually has to do with the failure rates of kidneys in certain cultures.
Yep.
Like, my ancestry has a high. I'll put it to you this way. Out of the last 10 generations of my family, only 3 people had both kidneys by the time they were 20. Mostly because your appendix burst and infects your kidney, but that's not what happened to mine, so I got stabbed. You ever been stabbed?
Thankfully
Once.
not, no.
Have you ever beat the fuck out of the person that stabbed you?
No, because I was in high school and had no idea what the fuck was going on.
So, this is one of the low points of my life where I'm waiting in a welfare fucking line. And the person behind me decides that it's mugging time for a person standing in line for government fucking benefits.
This turns around. It's muggin' time. Like they're ripping friends.
You're
It's like,
gonna give me
hey,
that $2.
you're going to give me your fucking money. What money? Because I'm literally standing in line.
Can you message Black Red and tell him he can join?
I mean, he's allowed to join whenever he wants. That's how this podcast works.
Yeah, but I don't think he understands that, despite me telling him 3 times. We don't work with the smartest people here at Cox Studios, but we do work with people.
I hate peanut butter.
Yes, you do.
I have to find the cock media cord, because apparently I'm not friends with Black Bread.
He's in the server. He's asking in the server.
Where's he asking in the server?
I don't fucking know.
Try
Why
general.
Stalker? I mean, Stallcraft.
Get out of here, stalker.
I think
Hey.
there's a character stand-in for him. Oh, his name is though.
I literally just tagged him and said join. If he joins, he joins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's how it works. Right? That's the entirety of the format of the DeRAILED podcast.
Yeah.
We have no fucking format.
Yeah, we do.
We have a what now?
We have a format in the lack of a format. Also known as a doormat.
You got other podcasts
Ocean energy.
You got other podcasts for the quality and the
Quality.
the quality and the different chapters and shit. You come to the DeRAILED podcast for me ranting about random shit on the internet, being backed up by the guest
Ocean
hosts who
energy.
are also ranting about random stuff. And occasionally me threatening to brick Shadow with the education brick.
The what?
The brick of education.
What?
We're gonna do you some learning, son.
We're gonna learn you something.
We're gonna learn you
These
something
guys
good.
show up to him. These guys show up with a bunch of mechs to a nuke fight. I'm gonna learn them.
I hope you done did learn, son.
My
I'll
world can't
actually
make transistors. I have to shoot by yanking cord. I call that shit the Lincoln lawnmower. Planners asked me to identify myself. I told them, I'm him. I'll be him. Put me in the remembrance.
Clanners invaded my goddamn backwater world.
Shoot
We
Clanners.
out here with
Clanners.
nothing.
Kill Clanners.
We're out here with a hovercraft full of nothing but MG ammo. We're gonna get those motherfuckers.
Oh god, could you imagine if the Clanners had invaded a world based off northern Alabama and eastern Tennessee? Clanners sat down with all of this nice new tech. A bunch of rednecks run out of the woods screaming, "Yeah! Fuck you!"
Yeah, it's Van Zant all over again, but it's just us.
It's not even Van Zant. It's worse than Van Zant. Because remember, Van Zant's any town that's 2 stops off of an interstate. That is the rule that Tech set up, right? I am talking about the deep woods of rural southern Appalachia. Howdy, Blackbeard.
Don't you know, Jackie? If you come from
Black
Appalachia,
Red,
chances are you're racist. Just like that
You're
window.
Blackbeard now. Oh,
He's the black bread. He is the blackest, moldiest bread on the internet. And we love him for it.
he runs a pretty funny podcast. You should check it out.
Like 3 whole episodes worth checking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
one comes after the. Well, never mind.
The next one comes after the third one.
It does. Oh
We have
no! I just have my own wedding to attend, so that nothing's happening
Impossible.
until after that.
Congratulations.
should
I'm
start.
proud of you actually attending your own wedding.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have been getting cold feet, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. But it's one of those things. I actually think that's a thing in modern society where you don't even attend your own wedding.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, people do it all the time. It's called, getting
Isn't that
paid
like
by
a
the
rom-com joke? Like old rom-coms would be like, "Oh, he didn't even show up for his own wedding."
I remember watching a show about like people that are planning like how they're going to be like buried and that, and they interviewed this war veteran from World War II, and he built a coffin in the shape of a Spitfire plane because he was a pilot.
Oh, that's sick.
And he
Fuck
planned
yeah.
out his whole funeral because he's really old. He knew he was reaching the end, so he planned out his whole funeral. He recorded this speech that was going to play, and then he turns to the camera and he goes, I think it's going to go so well. I might not even show up for the final performance.
That's good.
No, I actually back when I worked for undisclosed Japanese car company, they had this thing that I would show up late for my own
Subaru.
funeral. That's a
Hyundai.
Subaru.
Wait, no, that's fucking like somewhere
Korean.
else. That's Korea.
What's
Yeah.
like a Japanese only one?
Subaru.
Yeah.
Nissan,
No, I mean like
Honda,
Mazda.
Toyota,
Right.
Mazda.
Yeah, Mazda's basically just Miata anyway.
no. What's like one that only sells in Japan?
Dyson.
Daihatsu.
Yeah,
Daihatsu, that's
you
it.
worked for Dawson. Yeah, that's where you
No, I
worked.
worked for
Dawson
I worked for a global one, but I say Japanese car company because I'm still under NDA.
Yeah. I don't know
does-
who you
can
worked
say
for.
it.
I
You
didn't
can't
say
it,
it.
but we can.
No.
But the joke was that I would show up late for my own funeral because I would still be fucking working.
When I worked for a little convenience store chain, we would say we would when we died we'd be working on in the one at hell.
What was it? I still love that my British former boss is the one that gave me because I was a robotics technician, the one that screams at robots all day.
Remember, instead of the robot whisperer, you got the robot screamer.
Run
That
the
started.
robot arms.
Oh God, I hate working on them damn things.
Oh, you work on them. You're the technician.
Yeah, I used to be the technician. Yeah,
Sick. I used to know how to run those things.
I used to program and run them.
Yeah, I have my notes still hanging around somewhere, but they paid me so fucking little. Even with
Oh
that
fuck
knowledge,
yeah!
it was
Don't even
stupid.
get me started about that shit. It's like, hey, you got to go to class for
$15
this.
an hour. Yeah, $15 an hour is not enough to know how to fucking run a robot arm.
No, it's not.
And fucking program it,
Yeah. And what was even the reason I got the name the one that screams at robots? We had a robot arm. The wiring inside the arm caught fire. I have the arm inverted where I can work on it, right? And I start realizing that the entirety of the manual for disassembly for a robot built in Japan was in Chinese.
As it is.
Magnificent.
What'd you expect?
So I am sitting there screaming because I am doing everything that I could possibly think that would work to rewire this damn thing. By the way, I did eventually get it fixed with a coat hanger.
As you do.
Probably still has that same coat hanger.
No, they probably took out the coat hanger and are wondering why it isn't working now.
No, the coat hanger was the ground.
Oh no, you didn't.
I regrounded it to the case using a coat hanger.
Surprise!
Hey, that's illegal.
Well, it wasn't
Yeah,
a
but it
well
worked.
robot. Yeah, it fucking worked. And it's not like they make parts for that robot anymore. It was 15 fucking years old. That's the
Yes.
other thing.
15 years, the lifespan of a robot.
No. Your major manufacturing robots, unless they're custom made, if they're mass assembly, if they're 15 years old, you're not going to find parts for them.
Yep. And they expect
It,
these to replace people. What they're really going to do is they're going to burn out a bunch of companies on robots so slave labor rules the world.
so you're sitting there going, I don't have parts for this. The parts for this to rebuild this thing so that it works the way it's supposed to cost more than buying a new fucking arm. But my bosses don't want to buy a new arm because it's not in the budget.
It's totally in the budget. They just don't want to cut out any extra money for them.
Things are
But-
never in the budget until they fucking break entirely.
Oh,
that
God,
happens
no.
at my job too.
Uh,
It's like, hey, this thing is gonna break, and they're just like, just keep going. Like this.
Did you,
really, we should do something about it. Nah, don't worry about it. And then it breaks. They're like, oh my god, why didn't
Yeah.
you tell us?
yeah, no. What's even worse than that is like, do you have a tooling budget?
I don't. If I do, I don't know what it is.
Okay,
I just
so
ask for tools and they give them to me. So
okay. I had a
Also,
budget for the amount of tools I had to buy. Right?
all right. Oh, okay. No, I don't have anything like that. I just fucking send in for a tool that I need or whatever fucking materials. That's about it.
Yeah. I had a budget for like any tool that I need.
Okay.
I had to use that entire budget yearly. If I was under, it was a bad thing. If I was over, it was a good thing. There was one year at our final quarter, I am sitting there going, I have $1,200 I need to spend. I'm going to buy this table saw. We don't work with wood. I'm just going to buy this table saw.
All right. And then what?
My boss has come down and goes, well, we're glad that you spent your budget. But you are aware that we only work on metal. Why did you buy a table saw? Because
Those blades that cut metal.
No, I sat there and because I have a budget that I have to spend every dime of on tools for working on your stupid projects. When 90% of the time I use the same exact tools over and over and over. But I have
Are
to
we
spend this
recording now?
budget. Yeah, we're live.
Jeez.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah, I don't actually do the whole recording thing. That's too much work.
No, that's fair.
There's a lot of editing that goes into that, and I don't like editing.
Unless
This-
you're Riley. Riley doesn't edit. Like he has to. But I really hope he didn't forget to edit out the thing that I told him to edit out.
Sometimes I wonder if Riley likes dealing with me because my brain doesn't function right.
That's the best part. What do you mean?
I'm expecting to get banned from Twitch and YouTube any second now.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Maybe you'll get lucky and they won't notice. You said it so quickly.
All right. So in the side chat, I'm gonna go ahead and send something.
Oh no.
This is a little screenshot.
Oh.
I'm trying to sell a car, like for a fucking screaming deal, because I don't really need a third car, and like one of the belts snapped, and because it's a Volkswagen, I really don't want to fucking work on it at all. It's like,
I don't
fuck
blame
it.
you.
It's over. It's done. It's got 300,000 fucking miles. Someone else take it. And
Yes.
then some chuckle fuck shows up. Like I've been getting low ball offers still. Everybody's trying to like make the hustle and get a deal. offering that
Right.
I can get it for scrap. But so I don't really care that much. That's why I'm basically fucking giving it away. $500. It runs, it drives. Just replace this belt, and the coolant will flow again. Now, anyway, uh, some guy says, "Tow it to me for this," and it's a fucking bicycle. He wants me to tow it to him and trade it for a fucking bicycle.
Bruh.
Like, what the hell?
No, no, fuck that. Fuck
Yeah,
that shit.
I don't know
how
what kind
much
of
he's
bicycle is
spending.
it.
Well, I don't
Uh,
fucking care. It's a chain-driven bicycle. Like, if you were like, "Hey, I'll trade you this quad or I'll trade you this dirt bike," I'd have been like, "Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, I'll do that." But a fucking bicycle?
I'll be right back.
Look,
Yeah,
look.
you're too far gone. You're on that high-grade fentanyl.
Oh god, not the high grade fent.
Oh
Not the high
no.
grade fent.
Oh no, not the good fit.
Not the good fent. Straight up good fent. No, no, when it comes down to it, like, fuck. I grew up in a place where I knew people that traded cars for engine blocks.
That's different. That's another engine.
Yeah, right. And a lot of times it's an engine block that you can fit into that shell you have in the backyard. Anybody,
I
anybody,
don't have a
any,
shell in the backyard, but continue.
anybody that grew up in the rural southeast understands that shell in the backyard.
Yeah, there's
Generally
yeah.
means that broke down fucking truck in the backyard.
It's my dream to do what those fucking YouTubers do and just like go around, pay a stupid amount of money, and then just get it running and drive away.
I want to do that, but I want to do it with like really terrible cars that were terrible on release, like the Aceta.
I don't know what that is.
It is
Oh,
an
no, 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 no. The car autism starts.
an Isetta is a BMW product. It is a
Okay.
very small car that was built in the 1950s.
Interesting. Okay.
You ever seen the car with the door at the very front of it? With the steering
Oh,
wheel
the little
attached?
bubble car?
Yeah, that's an Isetta.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what that is. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do stuff like, YouTubers do, but I want to or buy those and then drive off of or with them.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking cool. Dude, who wouldn't want one of those? It's technically street legal, so you're grandfathered it into that being street legal, and that's what's fucking great about old cars.
Oh,
Even the dumb
absolutely.
ones. So you get your like
Absolutely.
fucking yeah, you get like your fucking dwarf cars, your Messerschmitts, and hell yeah.
You know what I
The
find
only
funny about
problem,
about
what's
that
that?
design though? BMW tried to bring it back as an all electric car like 2 years ago, and
Oh, it's not smart.
every government in the world's like, no,
No.
no. But yeah, no, I want to do that. Like, I want to find somebody that's got a beat up old Lada and be like, I'm
Oh,
gonna fix this
lot
and
of.
drive it away.
I can fix her.
It
I
really
would
is
say
like
the
that.
same about a Trabant, but anybody that knows anything about a Trabant knows that the moment you fix it is the last moment it runs.
Trabant runs on two-stroke, doesn't it?
Some do, yeah. Some Ladas run on two
Okay.
stroke. Um,
Are those what was the point of that? Are they just better on gas?
no, it's because it saves weight on having an oil pump set up. That's literally it. A lot of those were made in
Does
countries where they were extremely poor.
so there's no fuel save. There really is no reason
No,
to
there's
not run a
none.
four-stroke.
No. Well, you get better RPMs technically,
Your arpums.
but
Arpums.
But once you hit like 4 cylinders, that really doesn't matter. So it is what it is. I just want to take really terrible cars and have an excuse to drive them annoyingly through traffic. With a much better car
And
following me with cameras.
well, if you're in the U.S. of A., then your options are quite expansive. See, you can get a lot of early '80s and fucking '70s Malays cars. All of them are terrible. They're comfortable to sit in. That's it.
The 70s design philosophy. It's a brick with wheels.
Yeah, and you know, you can fit a lot of bodies in it.
I
You
know.
people, not dead
I was
people.
I was talking about one of the cars I learned to drive in, which was a 72 Lincoln Mark IV. It's a lot of brick. It is a steel brick with a 502 in it.
And it
Because
gets just as much power as the Volvo 240, which lasted. Those things were so great that they just kept making them and people kept buying them until like 1993 or something.
although the
Fuck it, people
Volvo
like 'em.
240 got more or better gas mileage,
That too, yeah.
that Lincoln fucking Mark IV, you might get 5 miles to the gallon downhill.
No, you should at least be getting 8. Come on.
No, it was a Lincoln. You
8
had the
if you're driving it hard, and 10 if you're taking it easy.
No, it was a Lincoln. You have to add in the weight from all of the other Lincoln accessories like the chrome package.
Your power windows and, power everything else. It looks cool, but holy shit, do those luxury options weigh a fuckload from that year.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that the doors had to be double hinged and reinforced on that particular model of car. Just because of how heavy everything was. It's fucking indestructible, though. I am fairly certain the body of that Lincoln is still in the field that it crashed into.
You want to go find it?
Drive it out.
You
Tow
probably
it out.
No, you probably could start that engine back up as much shit as I did to that engine trying to kill it.
You want to go save your Lincoln? We can do a road trip.
It's not even my Lincoln anymore. The person that crashed into the field was the guy I sold it to.
Oh, you want to go? You want to go save it?
No, not particularly.
Why not? Free Lincoln.
You could tow it to me and I'll give you a bicycle.
Yeah, he'll give you a bicycle for it.
Just
Yeah.
imagine the tow truck trying to pull that thing out of a field, because that thing weighed the equivalent of 3 tons. Just hear that thing. It weighed as much.
Actually, the tow truck would just put the flatbed down and then just go in reverse really fast and try and get it up on the ramp that way.
No, I'm pretty sure you'd have to use a racker. It's kind of off the side of a cliff. It went nose. Yeah, it kind of went nose first off of about a 35-foot cliff. Some idiot forgot to.
How did the guy survive that?
He forgot to put the parking brake on and left it in neutral.
Jackie, in heaven, when you die, you're gonna have to face all the cars you killed.
I didn't kill that one.
I didn't
All of
kill any
them.
cars, thankfully.
The only car the only cars that I've actually killed was the 91 and that 80, or the station wagon. Most of the other cars were accidents that weren't my fault.
I ruined the transmission in an Audi A4. Uh,
It's
in
not hard to do
05.
though.
Yeah, I found that out pretty recent. Or not recently. Fuck. Wow. Definitely not recently because this was 2020, I think, or 2021. It was like, oh yeah, 4-wheel drive. Took it. Fucking did some donuts out in the snow. And I think most of the power on those things was in the rear, so I could like do some
Mm,
crazy power slides.
hmm
So that just ruined the transmission all in one fucking day.
I love fucking A4s though. We're going our Audi. We're going to build a luxury rally car that sucks at rally. Me, I'm going to go buy this $20,000 Subaru because
Nah,
when
what are you
they
doing? You want some good fucking snow driving?
you know some good
Just
stuff.
I'm telling you, get an old Astrovan. Like when they started the all-wheel drive models,
Oh
those
fuck yeah!
things, they're fucking unstoppable. It's all four-wheel drive all the time. It's not like the newer ones, and it's only something that was put into Gen 1. It's not typical all-wheel drive. It really is just four-wheel drive all the time.
Fuck no. You want to know an unstoppable force?
What's
You
that?
know the old square body Ford. I think it's Astrostar. It might have been Windstar.
Um, I know what you're talking about.
The ugly flat Ford van with the
Yes,
triangular nose.
Aerostar.
Aerostar. I have never seen a dead one. I have seen an entire family of illegal immigrants totaling about 35 pile into one, though. I've
Well,
seen
they're
one
not very
struggle.
tall.
I've seen one struggling going up a mountainside before, but I've never seen one die.
Well, yeah, good point. I've never seen one just stuck on the side of the road.
No, they don't fucking die. They're like that damn 70 fucking F100 that we used to use out in the woods. It didn't have brakes. You stopped it by hitting a tree.
That's great. I see. That's the kind of shit I want to do. I want to have something that's barely put together just to roll it around the yard and do stupid shit with it.
It was our
And
hunting
stop it
truck.
by throwing it in the
Alright.
park.
I gotta head off. You guys have a good night.
You too. We had
Oh,
my godfather had like 500 acres of land. So we'd go like
Oh
hunting and
damn,
fishing on it. And that was the truck we'd used out in the woods.
that's sick.
And the reason for the truck being the wood was because it didn't have brakes.
It's
Despite
that's not that hard of a fix.
it is when he's rebuilt the brakes on the truck 4 fucking times. And they never worked.
Did he ever like change the master cylinder or try to rebuild that?
Yes, he rebuilt the entire brake system on it.
Well, then he was doing something wrong.
What was
Listen, is
it?
it so wrong to look for a school zone and use school children to stop?
Yes. Don't hurt
Yeah, you
kids.
tell him to grab onto the car and help you slow down.
Sure.
You just gotta get a bunch of them.
No, I'll never forget. I was like 13 and I was behind the wheel of this truck. I'm struggling to turn it because, no power steering. It's a 70s F100.
Yeah, I imagine you're not doing like crazy speeds. Like the thing with not having power steering is it's not that big of a deal for vehicles that have both a big steering wheel and when you're going fast enough.
Yeah.
It's like once you get going, like no power steering is really not a big deal.
Yeah, no, but you're only going to be doing at max 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
like I said,
I had a 65 AMC Classic 770.
ooh,
and that actually, I don't know, if, like when you're first pulling out of a spot, right? You got to kind of crank on the wheel. But
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you're going at least like 10 miles an hour, it's not a big deal to steer.
That truck just. I miss that truck. It was a great truck. It was, like I said, that was the hunting, fishing, we're going camping truck.
The fun truck.
What was it? Because you'd hear the truck just rolling down the gravel, and then you'd hear boom.
You
Because, like I said, we would stop it by hitting trees.
in here, flump. You hear flump.
Well, it's a solid metal body truck, so you would hear it echo through the truck. Hi, Gil. But yeah, no, like, fucking cars are magical, man. They really are.
Yes.
Makes me feel bad for the European in the group. He will never know the
Yeah,
fun.
sorry. Well,
I
actually,
literally know nothing about cars, so I've had nothing to contribute to this conversation for ages.
Well,
how do
you
feel
see,
about how do you feel about the most how do you feel about the most recent election? Does that affect you in
Yours
any
or
way?
mine?
I know,
uh,
but do you think it's going to affect you in any way?
Well, Britain has already disavowed, refused to acknowledge the results of your election. They've
Well,
refused to acknowledge the name change of Mount McKinley and the Gulf of America.
We refuse to acknowledge this, everybody else in America. That's nice. Who cares?
This is what's happening with Britain now. Is the rest of Europe is starting to go right wing now and deal with, the migrant crisis and all this stuff. Britain is essentially becoming Europe's North Korea, where it's going to be this one last bastion of woke progressive ideology, where all the surrounding countries are starting to change and fix their problems. Britain will be like this very stubborn country that's like, no, we're going to stay woke. And in fact, we're going to double down. We're going to get even more woke. It's crazy.
ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know this is what happens when your country prides itself on strongly worded letters and proper queuing. Also, beans on toast.
Are we about to witness like the fall of the English Empire?
Oh, that
Yeah.
fell after World War One. That's gone.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. The fall of the English Empire started in 1777.
I guess
It
that's
ended with decolonization after World War One.
The fall of the British Empire started when a bunch of, American assholes decided to go, yeah, fuck your tea at the Boston Harbor.
The Burstin' Herbert.
The Boston Harbor. God.
Yeah, it was.
I've been in the Midwest too long. It's starting to sound like one. Hergeflurgen. At least I'm not Canadian, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I just like that you were sounded more like the Swedish chef. Temperature in the Burstin' Harbor.
Oofta. That's all I got to say to that's oofta. And anybody that's been in the Midwest knows what oofta means. That is something.
It's the sound you make when you get up off the couch.
Anybody that's ever been in the Midwest learns one thing. They don't really say a bunch of swearing or pair. It's more oop, oof, and oofta. You know that they're
real though. I aim to move to the US within the next few years because I want to get out of here.
Well, don't be coming anywhere near me because get the fuck off my property.
I'll take you.
Our Prime Minister
Extra
right now is
large.
literally selling all our farmland to BlackRock. That's how bad it is.
Look,
Oh shit.
Shat,
Go to Idaho. That's if you're gonna if you want to be like semi close to the water, at least go to Idaho, and then
yeah,
it's a few hours away.
go to Idaho. You can be a potato farmer.
I want to be in a part of America where there's no crazy natural disasters. Like, I don't want to spend
Idaho.
ages
Seriously, literally fucking Idaho.
making a house and a place, and then like a tornado comes and it's gone. It's like, right, well, that was a waste of time.
Fucking Idaho. Nothing
Yeah.
happens in Idaho.
Yeah, they got massive potato storms though.
Potato
storm.
Yeah, they,
Yeah, see, every now and again the potatoes get uppity and have to be taught a lesson, and then there's this great war that happens.
I was
I would
imagining like a hurricane, but the air's just full of potatoes, like flying around, hitting people like hailstones.
No,
Dude,
no,
that'd
what
be fucked
happens?
up.
Shutting themselves in
People would be
basements, and like people are screaming, "No, Pa, no!" and it just gets beamed by like 60 potatoes.
No,
Just
what
a fucking
happens?
sack of them takes this bastard out.
What
We're gonna
happens
handle
is
this the old
Cooking
school
this
way.
entire thing is that he hates potatoes so much he'll do nothing but cook potatoes for the rest of his life in revenge.
no, what happens is it's like one of those hentais I used to read where the potato roots become tentacles.
What do you mean used to?
I plead the fifth.
All right. So anyway, no, they got to do it the old school way where that's why Pa's outside. He's got the potato sack and he's catching them.
You guys remember Filthy Frank back in the day?
Yes.
When he did the vegan video? And he got to the bit where like the vegan argument is like, well, animals feel pain, and he brings up a study where it's like scientists reckon that plants and vegetables can also feel pain. And then Filthy Frank does this skit where he's like he's built like a little model city, and he's like a kaiju, and he's just picking up potatoes out of this model, like it's like model city, and biting chunks and throwing them down again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, oh my god, no, just kidding. You know, another place you don't ever hear about anything bad happening, Nebraska.
As long as it's not a cold state, I hate being cold.
About that.
I
About
really
that.
hate being cold.
Wait, hold on. The Nebraskan corn uprising's happening again?
The what?
Oh no.
The corn will rise again.
Oh, corn. I thought you
It
said
rises
something
up
else.
like near September, October.
The
And we gotta
thing
fight it by having a massive harvest.
the thing about Nebraska is it's a state that's literally just one giant cornfield.
Yeah. It's like Manitoba.
It is one giant cornfield.
The reason Saskatchewan and Manitoba exist is because someplace we need to put the wheat and corn somewhere.
I love the government corn farms. I do. Because we
Sounds
don't
like
need that
some
much corn.
get like assigned to in some dystopian future. It's like
I
sending you to
love
the corn.
I love how I live in a state where all the massive corporations pulled out and immediately all the local farmers were like, "Yay, we have cows again." That is
So
the
I-
existence where I live.
Sounds
So
like a
I'd
good
like
place.
to recommend not Washington.
Yeah,
unless you're
definitely
on the
not.
east side.
Not Washington because you have to worry about, news coverage constantly in your window.
I'm not living in bloody Fayetteville.
That would be Yakima.
Also, that's probably like nuke
Mhm.
site number 1 if World War III happens,
straight
Actually, no. Because
Straight up Yakima, Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
because believe it or not, Seattle's already irradiated.
Wait, really? What makes you say that?
The Olympic Peninsula has radiation monitors throughout the entirety of the military fields due to military nuclear testing in the Olympic Peninsula. Some
Really?
of them
I
never
haven't heard
stop
about
going
that.
off. Yeah.
So you're
I
telling
know
me
that they did a test like somewhere in eastern Washington that I'll probably never visit, but like
Yeah.
there's so much more to Washington than just fucking Seattle. Honestly, fuck Seattle. It's nothing like it used to be. All
Fuck
it is
Tacoma.
just fucking yeah, and Tacoma too. Half the time it smells like shit there.
Hmm.
I,
Oh
I
god,
don't ever want to live in a city. Never.
I remember the
Hate
fucking,
cities.
what was it like? God, not even fucking 10 years ago. All your tech bros lived in Seattle.
Yep.
All of them. Now they don't live in Seattle anymore. That's how bad
Oh, that's
Seattle
weird.
is.
Where'd they go?
I don't fucking know.
Was something wrong with Seattle? They left?
Fuck, I don't know, man. Fuck all the people that used to be big on CNET and shit, writing reviews on your latest phones and laptops, don't live in Seattle anymore.
Did they move to LA and burn down?
God, one could hope.
I wonder if maybe they just went to Redmond or
It's a Yeah, because that's where Microsoft is Redmond. It's
and
actually where
Nintendo as
most,
well.
yeah, that's where most of Silicon Valley is actually mostly in Washington.
Yeah. Well,
Irving,
it is now, especially.
Irving, California doesn't exist.
Yep.
No,
What's a really cool place to live if you can? Wenatchee.
Wenatchee.
Washington is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's not a bad view in that place.
Stay the fuck away from Oregon. You don't want to go anywhere near Oregon.
Southern Oregon's pretty alright.
Yeah, southeastern Oregon, yeah. Actually,
No,
yeah,
I mean like
most
fucking Grants Pass and
most of the Jeffersonites on the southern, yeah. Anybody that's been on the East
that's where
Coast.
people live.
Yeah. It's like Northern California. Northern California is incredibly based. The rest of California, eh.
No, I liked living. I mean, looking back, I do now. I'm like, fuck, I missed out being a kid and living there
Mhm.
because I used to live like right on the fucking Rogue River, and I just didn't do anything with that. I was just a little fucking grumpy piece of shit because I'm like, I miss my friends back in Washington. This sucks.
Mm.
And then they sent me back. But that's a whole other can of worms that has nothing to do with anything past there. But there's this little place called the Galice Resort. Galice used to be its own little town. Now it's just kind of an unincorporated community.
Mhm.
Yeah, I used to. There's a little house next to there. I used to live in it. Kind of cool.
Well, I mean, we're talking about places that Shadow wants to live where nothing really happens.
Yes,
Shadow,
Galice, Oregon.
have you thought about Alaska?
That's cold. He said he doesn't
You
want
and
cold.
Oh
Shay.
yeah, that's right. That's right. He doesn't want cold. Trying to think of a warm state where nothing happens.
Idaho.
Idaho's kind of Midwestern though, so it gets the hard snow sometimes.
Well, yeah, but that's seasonal. It's not going to be cold all the time.
Yeah, but Shadow doesn't like the cold. We got to think warm year round. New Mexico's out. Louisiana's out. Texas is out. Oklahoma.
Eastern Washington gets
No,
hit by snow, too.
Oklahoma's out.
Tornadoes.
Yeah. It really isn't a warm state where shit isn't fucked up or bad weather. You realize that, right? I mean, I would say Georgia because it's out of Tornado Alley, but you'll get hit by hurricanes. And we call it the East Coast California for a reason. Tennessee's in Tornado Alley. Nobody likes living in Kentucky. West Virginia is West Virginia, and I'm pretty sure everybody in West Virginia is related.
West Virginia hates everybody in Ohio. I know that much about it. They're just like, their fucking industry dumps into our rivers, and you can't even eat the fish in the streams. Pretty fucked up.
I now understand why West Virginians and Alabamians get along. We both hate
They have
Ohio.
a mutual hate of Ohio.
Yes, we really hate Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, the non-Appalachian part of Ohio. We're cool with the Appalachian part of Ohio. The rest of Ohio can suck a dick.
I mean, what's up with Ohio?
They were
Water
built on
pollution?
coal. Or not coal, copper. They were built on copper. They have a hoity-toity college town called Columbus. It's Ohio.
Not a lot of love in Ohio, apparently.
Well, every famous
Living
Ohioan was trying his best to leave fucking Ohio. Their state motto is the first into flight. The Wright
Because
brothers
they're
were
trying to get the fuck out.
yeah. The Wright brothers were like, we're trying to get the hell out of Ohio.
And fast.
Most of your astronauts come from Ohio. Do you know why? Because you can't ever get far enough away from Ohio. There is a long-standing border dispute with Ohio and fucking Michigan over Toledo. Ohio is one of the few states in the world that is at war with Canada, and nobody fucking knows why. Yeah, fun fact, Ohio's been at war with Canada since before it was a state. And nobody knows why.
They just keep perpetuating the war.
Our maple syrup may not be a Wisconsin grade, but it's better than Canada's.
I'm gonna have to go in a bit.
Well, yeah, because you're European and you have a fucked up sleep schedule.
Yeah, it's called nighttime.
Goddamn Europeans. Why can't they evolve into Americans like the rest of us did?
Some are. I mean, went to took a trip to fucking, I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was like Federal Way or something. Me and my buddy went and fucking bought a motorcycle off a guy. And he was like Birmingham English. It was great. I was like, I spot that accent.
Wait,
Yeah,
he
there's
spoke,
actually more.
he
There's
spoke
actually
Arabic?
more English people outside of England than there is in England right now. Because pretty much everyone is leaving.
So, no, when it comes to specifically this, how do you get the British to evolve into Americans? Do you throw the American stone at them?
Well, you just let them come here. Because they're just like, well, I mean, even if I think they're too based, at least it's not like it is here over there.
Yeah, but see, I want to make this like Pokemon. Do you throw the American Stone at them, which is basically just a 1911?
I don't know.
You throw you throw a 1911 at a British person, they just all of a sudden become American.
Yeah, they're just like,
They have to
what
fire it
smell? Is
first.
this freedom? What is this?
You just get the Pokemon music, for the evolution. And this magical text box pops up and it goes, insert British name is evolving. British name has evolved into an American.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
One thing I do worry about, though, moving to America is the food.
Oh,
Why?
well, we're working on that.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, because it's a common story that, like, when British people go to the US, they end up getting fat
Yes,
because your food
because
is just fucked.
British
Yeah.
people, when they move to America, tend to eat what's cheap, and what's cheap's not good for you.
No.
Like I remember V was saying he had a friend he knew, so a Romanian woman, been
Mhm.
skinny all her life. She moved to the US. Within 2 months, she was like really, really chubby, like nearly obese, just
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
American food.
You have to pay attention to what you like the ingredients of what you're eating here. Like you really do.
Yeah.
If you don't know what something is, then don't fucking buy it. And that's what I've been doing like as of late.
But that's the thing. Like even Trump pointed this out. Like something that would have like 5 ingredients in Britain, I would have like a whole fucking Bible of ingredients in the US. Because you have so much synthetic like colorings and flavorings and sweeteners and
Uh,
preservatives and all sorts.
so,
Yep.
do you want to know what's even worse than that? And this is
Mhm.
something that trips up a lot of people. The versions that have less of the synthetic stuff are available in the United States. You just have to know what to look for.
Yeah.
Like we have American Coke and what is referred to as Mexican Coke in the United States.
They brought this up on Lotus Eat. It's like a lot of the chemicals and substances that are in your food are literally illegal in Europe. For
Yes,
some reason,
I
in
know.
America, they put it in all your food.
it's not in all the food. That is a common fucking.
Yeah.
You just have to pay attention to what you buy.
And
There's
also, I'd
very
want to find
few
somewhere
things
that makes
actually.
actual cheese, not American cheese.
We
American
have.
cheese is a fucking disgrace. We don't know how to make cheese. Oh wait, Wisconsin does, but that's a different story.
American cheese is great for burgers.
Actually, high
That's about it.
fat or high cream like Colby Jack is better on burgers than American cheese. And I hate the fact that we call it American cheese because it's not really American cheese.
It's not really cheese.
It's processed cheddar with a bunch of other things added
No.
into it.
No, it's not even processed cheddar. It is literally one molecule away from being plastic.
That's what it tastes. I had a burger in the US, and it was literally I had to put a layer of melted plastic over the burger. It was not cheese.
Yeah, and I don't know why it got the name American cheese in America instead of processed cheese because it's
Because
not
no
our
one's gonna
most.
buy it with a name like that.
Yeah, and it's not even our most commonly used form of cheese.
That's like if
The
you called
most.
Lunchables, like if you said that Lunchables was made from byproduct meat, you don't
Mhm.
want to eat that either.
But anyway, I have to go. I'll see
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah, no.
All right, take it easy.
Have a good night.
No,
But yeah, no, that's actually one of my biggest gripes with Europeans. Americans eat like this. They're like, no, we don't.
I don't want to. Only recently did I find out that you can get real peanut butter now. I was
Mhm.
like looking, it's like fuck, can't find anything that's not made with at least 10 things, and that's 10 more things that should be in peanut butter. And then I found one. It's just called, I think it's called like just peanuts or something.
Did you
And
know
you
you
look at the
can?
ingredients list and it says peanuts.
Did you know you can
All you have to
get?
do is mix it up.
Did you know you can get the machine to make peanut butter?
I'm sure it costs a fuckload of money, but I don't eat
I've
enough peanut butter for it to matter.
exactly. But no, you can. It's just one thing I hate about it. It's like so many people. All American foods contained all these chemicals. Not really. That's a
Only the
common.
big name brands, actually.
Mhm. And even then, you can get the alternatives or the name brands with less chemicals in them if you know where to look.
Actually, a good place to start. Look at the store brands. They recently started changing their ingredients, specifically for the things they use to color their products is now plant-based dyes instead of the
Because they're
fucking.
cheaper.
Not just because they're cheaper, but because like they knew that there's a mandate that's going to be coming soon. So they're like, well, we better get a fucking head start on that. And the big name brands are still using fucking garbage.
You know, it's going to be a weird day when we wake up and Taco Bell is actually healthy.
No
Oh God,
shit.
it's gonna be that fucking thing all over again, isn't it?
If you ever get a chance, like if you take a trip to the Pacific Northwest, you gotta try Taco Time. You'll never want Taco Bell again.
There's a reason I make the joke about Taco Bell being healthy. There's a man that ate nothing but Taco Bell for 100 days and he lost weight.
Because he shat it all out, yeah.
Hey, hey!
Hey, watch it, too. We figured out the Colombo diet: chili and Taco Bell.
Oh God.
That's because, yeah, it makes you shit so hard that you start shitting your own weight.
No,
Like,
one of the things we do, like after streams and stuff, is we'll watch a couple of episodes of Columbo because it's an amazing old show. And for some
Yeah.
reason, we were watching the pilot and then we watched 2 episodes after it, and because Columbo just pops up out of nowhere out of the bathroom or asking to use the bathroom.
That just become the running thing is that he's got IBS and oh no, it was anytime that he got scared because he hates flying and one of the first things that one of the murderers did was take him up flying. And we're just
So-
kind of like, and here he is just shitting himself.
I guess to use your bathroom.
I gotta use your bathroom. You're out of toilet paper.
But it is an old series I recommend people watch because it is good.
It really is.
The
I've,
added.
oh.
Go ahead.
I've seen a couple episodes of it, and the most I can pull from it is when he turns around and he goes, "One more thing."
Yep. That's what the entire subtext of half of the episodes is him just going, I know that you did it, and I'm going to prove that you did it. I don't give a shit how much you think you're going to get away with it.
It's a game of cat and mouse.
And it's so good.
I also love, like, when there's a group of people that are obviously just hired extras, and you know they're trying real hard not to look at the camera equipment or Columbo's glass eye.
Oh,
It's great. It is peak 1970s television.
Oh, it's so good.
I know you did it. I'm gonna prove you did
I'm going to prove it, but first, I got to take a shit.
it. By the way, you're out of toilet paper.
Single ply, shame on you.
Hey, he's got that fancy 3-ply.
Get that motherfucker.
I might as well be scraping my ass with my fingers.
Or is it Tim Nutt, got a comedian who goes, say you're out in the woods, and you gotta get, like, plenty of leaves around. Then some real smart guy in the crowd when I was doing the show goes, you don't gotta use leaves, man. You could always use a pine cone. I told him to sit down and shut up and not talk to humans no more. You're out in the woods and there's plenty of leaves around. You didn't bring any toilet paper, which I never understand. You're drinking liquor and eating beans. What do you fucking think is gonna happen? And then plenty of leaves about, but oh no, you reach for a sharp, pointy nut and scrape that across your ass.
Okay, so I've been in a situation when I was God, I think I was like 14 or something. I was hanging out with some friends and we were just walking out like late at night. Um, and like we were walking up a hill and I realized like, holy shit, I gotta shit. Like I gotta shit like now. And there was like an empty field and we were next to a school and they just had those old fucking cartons they used to carry the little milk cartons in. And so like I needed something to sit on and like that's what I had. It was like you guys go on ahead and I'll catch up. The only place was that empty field where I just walked down the fucking this driveway that was there for some reason. And then I just sat on that thing, shat my ass out, and all the meanwhile that this is happening, I'm just like I got no toilet paper. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Uh, some fucking homeless guy walking up the street sees me and then laughs and keeps going. Uh, but yeah, the my best solution was I just wiped my ass on the grass and then
Like a
went
dog
on.
with worms.
Yeah, well, I mean, what else do you do? You know, you got fucking you got crazy fucking swamp ass going on by the end of something like that. That wasn't just like oh, I have to take a shit. If it was a regular shit, I could have held it. It wasn't a regular shit.
Oh, fuck. I might have to get a new fucking keyboard.
So,
I spilled liquid on it, and now my fucking alt key won't work. God damn it!
so you know that special kind of explosive diarrhea that is, just liquid?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
had that on.
basically it.
I was camping on the side of a mountain, and I had that going on.
Oof.
And there's a good little drop between me and the bottom of the mountain.
You
I
shit off
decided,
the mountain.
would you not?
I wouldn't want to fall.
Oh, I sprayed and prayed. I hit a bird. It was revenge.
Wait, how'd you hit a bird?
It was nesting down the cliff face.
Imagine you're just a bird, just trying to live your life out of fucking nowhere. What seems like God has shit on you.
Jesus.
Do you think the bird died from like terminal velocity shit?
No, it was just pure liquid.
But it was
Just a
nesting. You shat on that bird and its babies.
revenge, motherfucker.
What did the bird do to you?
For all the birds that have ever shit on a human being, revenge.
Oh, okay. I can't believe I didn't catch that.
Also, here's something else. Like, I've always carried toilet paper when I go camping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I realized
Did you
there's
wipe
this
it on the
stuff.
bird?
Fuck no. I realized there's this thing in the camping aisle of most places called quick dissolving toilet paper. How quick is
Oh.
quick?
Not quick enough.
Like if it touches your liquidy ass, probably very, right?
I'm guessing. I don't fucking know. I was taught to fucking do it the old-fashioned way with an e-tool. You dig a pit, you use the pit, you bury it.
Be right back.
I
I
feel
grew
like
up
every
with.
time I've ever tried to just shit like that, I always end up like accidentally shitting on my pants because I'm squatting down.
I've never had that problem. But I also grew up in a survivalist family, so who knows? It's what an e-tool's for. Shitting. But I
I at
need.
least got to be sitting on something.
I can understand that. I didn't grow up in the most civilized of societies, though.
Yeah, at least I had the milk crate. I mean, you know,
We found milk crate in the woods. It was like, hey, that's a good $2. Why does it smell like shit? Don't worry about it. It's $2.
yeah.
Fuck me.
No, this
What?
wasn't in the woods. This was just a small town, and nobody happened to
I
go
might
by.
have to get a new fucking keyboard.
God damn, you shouldn't spill shit on your keyboard, man.
Don't shit on your keyboard.
Don't shit on your keyboard, man. Shitting on your keyboard's bad.
Fuck me.
No. No, I have a girlfriend for that.
That pisses me off so fucking bad.
You have
Now
a
it's just
girlfriend to
freaking the
fuck
fuck out.
No, I have a girlfriend for fucking me, not him.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't gonna ask who was the giver and the receiver, but I got my answer.
I'm in a very weird relationship. Don't worry about it.
All right, I won't say nothing.
It works.
This will be our and the world's
This
just
will be
watching a secret.
This will be the world's secret.
We won't tell the aliens.
We won't tell North Korea. North Korea will never know. You hear that, Kim Jong-un? You are not allowed to know.
Kim Jong-un is actually a returning viewer.
He is. He watches all my streams. So is
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin. It's very fucking weird.
I don't know. They like that obscure shit.
Yeah, right. Niche internet micro celebrities that are way past their prime.
I might have to take my keyboard apart. God damn it.
But I need to be ending this live stream because we went well over to make up for the fact that I was well late.
All right.
Day jobs, they suck. So, anyways. Outro time, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you and where can we fucking find you?
No worries. You can't make me.
I can make you anything I want.
No.
I mean, you are still
Okay.
technically El Presidente of this Discord, so.
Oh, well, I'm Captain Blackbread. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Captain Blackbread, and you can check out the bigger Black Breadier cast. And that has no schedule. Next episode, who knows when, but hopefully February. We'll see. Keep your head peeled for PNW, and that's Pissing in the Wind. The channel has been created, so if you search Pissin' and the Wind, you will find it. But we don't have anything uploaded yet, and hopefully John has taken his liked videos off of there because it's all like gains and exercising shit. But beside that, you can also catch me on the Issue Crew, and Detour Ahead, the most recent episode, which isn't out yet. But anything with me is worthwhile.
I feel like every time I have you on the podcast, it's I am on coming soon. Soon to
Yeah.
a store near you. Captain Blackbread.
Well, I mean, I'm showing up to a lot of people's shows for no reason. Just like there's a show going on, I hop on it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I would do that if I had more time. I'm serious. I actually think one of the Cox Studios plans is we wanted to do some skit ads in one of our. I think the bigger Black Breadier podcast might be one of them.
Yeah, the bigger Black Breadier cast.
Yeah, I
if
think
you
we
guys have
wanted
a
to.
sketch,
We were wanting to do like skit advertising on our stuff to like prop
dude,
up
fuck
some
yeah.
of our friends. I think
All
you're
right.
one of the ones we're working on, but my writer's currently sick.
No, that's fine. I mean, even the least viewed episode is still more than 50 people, so
Mm.
there's that. It's reaching somebody.
3 incels in a basement.
3
That
incels in a
is-
basement that really want to watch the show over and over.
That is my target demographic, actually. 3 incels in a basement.
How many do you have so far out of those 3?
Hold on. Let me see what my numbers are.
Whoa, 1 inch of snow on Thursday. I want to know
Fuck.
more about that.
Fuck yeah. Let me see what the numbers are. Like, this one, obviously. Apparently, I'm getting 131-ish per podcast. Some are about 300, some are less.
130 views per podcast?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's just on YouTube. I can't currently log into Rumble, so we're everywhere though.
Yo! Oh, shit.
Oh shit. But anyways,
You know why I'm shitting?
Why?
Predicted snow on Monday. Fuck yeah. Not tomorrow Monday, next Monday.
See, that's the thing. That's literally my everyday right now.
Yeah, I know,
Snow.
but we don't always get snow here, and when we do, it's exciting. It's a good change from the rain.
But anyways, I've been Jackie Wolf. If you're watching this, you probably know where to find me. And that's anywhere that, well, Jackie Wolf VT or Jackie Wolf is available. You'll know me because, well, I'm probably in trouble for something. My co-host has been Took. You can find him at a Game Boy Color. He does nothing.
Exactly. Oh, fix my keyboard.
He is literally the target demographic of this podcast.
Uh,
The basement incel.
you say that like it's a bad thing.
I like how he said, I'm drinking fine wine, ma'am.
Nah, it's whiskey.
Anyways.
Well, if you just make a hole in the concrete and... never mind. You know what? This isn't worth it.
This bit is too overrated. Anyways, love you all, mean it. Shall be back probably Tuesday. Bye.
Catch y'all later.